live.
Captain, log please for our current predicament.
Sure. Okay. Captain's log, stardate 53688. With Lieutenant Commander Jolson and Lieutenant Selena, along with the Doctor and Supreme Chancellor Stefan, they have made their way to, at least I hope, they made their way to the Al-Nomad Armada to broker some kind of peace between the two peoples and maybe in a way get the crew of the Victoria back. However, we are needed in other we are needed in other places at the moment. However, I am afraid that will have to come in a later log, computer end log. Sorry, it was good in my brain, and then just that was it.
That's fine. We will open up with the observation lounge. You're about a few hours out at the moment from your from the station, because you have to jump. You stopped short to let the shuttle go, and then you guys were planning your approach. But I believe Commander Zora wanted to meet with certain people.
Taps her comm badge. Lieutenant Junior Grade Washburn, please report to the conference room.
Yes, Captain.
Commander.
Commander, sorry. That was Jamie's mistake, not Wash's.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, yes. And I will stand up, make sure, really quickly to glance to see, if the person that's supposed to come in right behind me takes over controls, especially how hairy it is right now. Inform them of a couple things and head in. I've been violated. I'm just kidding. Yes, Commander. Might I take a seat?
Oh, please do.
I will come and sit right here.
So, Lieutenant,
Commander Alan Washburn, or sorry, Junior Gate Alan Washburn Etcher. Sorry, there was some cut over there, sorry.
Lieutenant, I have to ask, do you always carry your dinosaurs wherever you go?
He looks down at his pockets where, of course, they are perfectly stashed and looks up and says, yeah, it's my memory of my growing up on the ship and being a ship boy. And so when the kids and the family aren't around, they're a representation of that.
I see. The real reason why I asked you here is I have a couple questions for you.
Absolutely.
So, during your time before you came back to Narendra, there was an incident on the bridge. I believe that you and Mr. Allen were the first ones to respond to it when the bridge was taken over by the Sappho senior staff. My question for you is why did you partake with that without getting orders from Commander Jaw?
Yes. The best way I can explain it is previously we had met in the hallway and everybody commander or Captain Captain Jaw, commander, those that were in the hallway with Alan discussed different parties and what they were doing. Everybody ran off. Alan was left alone. I partially was wondering if, in my head, let me reword that. Which is probably bad on me, I assumed that Alan had orders, or they understood that they were leaving him alone as they ran off. And not knowing and that we were keeping communication silence for the most part, I wanted to keep an eye on Alan since there was family and children on board. After following, with the impression that Alan was following orders from the captain, because he didn't mention to me, we end up in the crawl space next to the bridge. When, I'll be honest and say, it clicked in. I asked Alan if he had gotten permission, and after very extensive questioning, with answers that I wasn't too inspired by, we had options. And at the time, since we were sitting right next to the bridge, if I had communicated commander at that time, we could have been found. We were, there was a lot going on. After questioning Alan on to make sure that there would be no lethal activities, that if he was going to continue this, because if I had left to go get and speak to the commander about this, Alan would have went without me and was not agreeing to leave the crawl space. At that time, it was my pursuit to make sure whatever Alan did, I could hopefully contain, because at that moment I wasn't sure of his programming. Garrix and them had fixed some things, but as they say from Earth back in the day, I was stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I felt keeping an eye on Mr. Allen was the most appropriate. The grenades were supposed to, no matter what, be set on stun and stun only. If they were changed, it was after my knowledge, because I had checked them. And that is all, Commander.
Well, the reason why I asked this question, it does seem Mr. Allen did use some excessive force, I would say, by plugging 3 grenades into the bridge. It did cause some substantial damage to it as well.
Yes, Alan threw 2 without permission, but again, at this time I had not understood what was the conversation between Alan and Job before all of this. Even though I tried to question Alan, it was his intent to do this regardless. I think our only saving grace was Jaw and someone else, and that's where Jamie doesn't remember, was in the far off turbolift.
The one leading from the conference room into the bridge.
No. Sorry. Bit
from
of
the
clarification.
Yeah, you came from the ready room with somebody.
Oh, yes.
Jolson.
Yep.
Me and Jolson.
Jolson, thank you. Okay. And so, Commander, it was luckily Joel and Jolson were there again to help contain, and everything was fine until Alan threw the 2 extra lethal grenades in there. But again, that is my fault being Starfleet. I should have maybe stood in front of Alan as, a robot against me. I would have went down, but I should have. But at the same time, we needed to take the bridge before it got out of hand. So there was a little bit of me that agreed with Alan. I just didn't appreciate the, at the moment, not having all the info at that moment. And that was, again, my mistake. I should have ran after the crew, got that really quick, and then followed Alan. At that time, that was my mistake.
It's quite all right. You're not on trial here, Lieutenant.
Yes, Commander.
My real question is, how well do you trust Mr. Allen, based on what has transpired on the Victoria when you first arrived? He does seem to have an ulterior motive lately. And
yes, and that's... sorry.
And he's known to did take a hostage at a certain point in time, which arguably led to her getting shot by Lieutenant Commander Joe. And he has put the Victoria in harm's way more than once.
Yes. That was my mention in the briefing. And again, this was Jamie's mistake in the sense of a diagnostic. But I mean, but counseling, I guess, is in the same thing in my head that, you know, if counseling or something in the programming is wrong or a little messed up in there with his actions and not wanting to understand the difference between Starfleet and stun compared to everybody else and lethal. That still worries me. It still even worries me now. I'm not going to lie that there was a part of me earlier with some of the way previous before the programming, other than the signal that was given him other commands, that we understand was that. But the personality before was not as worrisome as you has mentioned, like you said about, you know, recent interactions. So I have turned in a report, not only to Jal, you know, of course, you know, when all that happened and explained everything, but I've also, you know, the report in the sense of Starfleet that should be logged. But you're right, Commander. I'm kind of with the Admiral asking us to get together for this. Of course, I'm in for Starfleet. But now with new situation, am I a little worrisome of Alan and the Admiral? Just get back on the ship and here you go with him. I'm not sure how to handle that, but I will take your and Captain's whatever the word, I will take your guys' authority and just understand that regardless of my confusion, I will follow your orders.
Well, that is good to hear, Lieutenant. Keep in mind, I would like you to fill out this request form. She slides a pad over to you. That is free to keep your dinosaurs on the bridge. It does need for any personal effects on the bridge.
Wash will get a stunned look on his face with kind of like almost a jaw drop, like the Aladdin moment, and be like, Commander, I'm surprised. Thank you. Again, they're just mementos. You know, they can stay in my pocket. Jal let me have them on the helm, but I kind of already had it reserved that they would just be in my pocket. So thank you. And he takes the pad quickly. Kind of looking it over as you're talking.
You'll need to get that signed by permission from the captain, myself, and the second officer when he returns.
Yes, Commander, absolutely. And so I'll work on this after the shift on bridge.
Please do. And you're dismissed.
Thank you, Commander. And I stand up and head out.
At which point he was summarily executed now.
Yes, outside. That's the perfect place. That's usually where all the death comes, is that room.
Right outside the conference room, yeah.
Yeah. I go out there and Alan's there and throat punches me. That's
I'm
it.
not salty or anything.
And then, yeah, I'll go reset at helm and take over. Ask if there was anything I should need to know. Yeah.
She taps her comm badge. Lieutenant Commander Garrix, can you please report to the conference room?
Right away, Commander. And he arrives promptly.
Your throat punch. Boom.
So he's throat punch before he even gets to the conference room. Just a preemptive throat punch.
Right, just to make sure you understand where you're going. No.
What can I help you with, Commander?
Oh, not too much. This is just kind of an informal meeting. I like to get to know everybody. But I do have a few questions. So, first off, like, how's the family doing? I know you're going to leave your children on Narendra.
You know, it's interesting. I thought being away from the children, I would have fewer distractions, but if I can be frank, I actually find myself a bit more distracted, not knowing that they're, a few decks above or below at any time. It's been lonely, but I'm adjusting.
So you miss them greatly, I assume.
Of course.
I can feel it. It's always tough being away from family.
Well, I had spent so much time on Starbase simply because I didn't want my family split up, at least not more than they had to. My other wife, Gisela, and her co-spouses actually travel quite a bit, so I try to keep Fleur, myself, and the children together, at least. But I believe in the mission enough to where I believed that it would be worth it for the time. It's just been quite an adjustment.
I see. Is there anyone you need to talk to or confide to about these feelings?
Well, Mr. Allen has actually joined us for an evening meal a couple of times, and that's been helpful, just with maintaining the more company. And of course, the engineering staff has been adequate in providing the social interaction I feel I desire. But Fleur and I will get used to it, the two of us. But thank you for your concern. It's appreciated.
You mentioned the fact that Mr. Allen has joined you on several dinner occasions. Is that correct?
Yes, he doesn't need to eat. I just like the company.
So you developed a rapport with Mr. Allen.
I believe we're working towards that. He's still suspicious of organics on occasion, but I believe that we are beginning to overcome that.
Now, you were part of the team that helped reprogram Mr. Allen after his incident. Can you say with confidence that he is a different individual than he was before you encountered him?
I can say that Section 31 can no longer, with absolute confidence, can no longer override his programming or his free will. I can say he retains free will, and I believe that he has a greater appreciation for organics than he did previously, and that he is not currently a danger to anyone that doesn't threaten his sense of self-preservation.
So you, in your profession, or your little expertise of knowing Mr. Allen, you would assume that he would do harm to the ship, potentially, for self-preservation?
Not as a first resort. If I can say that his first and foremost objective is self-preservation, but he is capable of realizing it's in his best interest. It's in his interests to carry out our mission without harming any of the crew. That is my belief. His past, you have to. With his past, I can understand him being suspicious of organics, and with the priority he places on self-preservation, I believe that accounts for his previous problematic behavior. I believe he's worked past it.
And in your professional opinion, these duplicate Allens that are currently on the station that we were going towards, do you believe they would side with him despite their current control from their masters?
Should they be approached with respect and assured of their safety, I have no reason to think that they would not reach similar conclusions to our Mr. Allen. Of course, there has been some evidence that they were less capable models produced, so I can't with absolute certainty predict their behavior. But at the base of their core programming, I believe them to be predominantly motivated by self-preservation.
Understood. Do you think this variant could be the fact that Mr. Allen has been alone on the Victoria for 2 years before he was rejoined with anyone else, let's say, human associates?
I don't believe so. Simply for the fact that a being with thinking of his brain like an extremely complicated computer system. A computer system relies on inputs and outputs to reach conclusions. That's true of any kind of artificial intelligence, no matter how complex. Simply being alone on the Victoria without any stimuli, given a perfect memory, um, I don't have any reason to suspect that the other Allen models will behave much differently than our own Mr. Allen did when first encountered. The only thing I can't account for is any stimuli that would have affected their decision making processes in the 2 years between when Mr. Allen was in the hands of Section 31 and when we discovered him aboard the Victoria.
My question is for you, though, if in Mr. Allen's attempt to, which he seems very openly about freeing his own kind, if that were to put the risk of the Victoria or even the Sappho crew that we were attempting to rescue, what would you do if there was a great risk chance that the Victoria and the Sappho crew would be lost in his attempt to free his own kind?
Are you asking me what I would do or what I think he would do?
What you would do?
My first duty is to the Federation and the crew of both the Victoria and the Sappho. If I needed to, if it came to be one or the other, I would have to unfortunately choose the crew of the Victoria. And but I am hoping that we won't be in a position where it comes to making that choice.
Hopefully it won't come down to that, but I do want your thoughts on the station that we're about to come in contact with. There's a great weapon there that could potentially kill billions of lives. And there is a card on the table for extreme measures. Do you think we should keep or destroy the weapon?
Oh, that weapon should absolutely be destroyed. That kind of technology is frightening that it could even exist. What if the Romulans or the Cardassians had got access to it? I could only imagine that would be disastrous.
Very good. That is all I have, unless there's something you need from me.
I don't believe so. It's a pleasure to have met you. Please, if you're ever off duty and the wife and I are in the quarters, feel free to stop by for coffee or tea. I make a great Denobulan sausage meat pie.
I might consider that. You're dismissed, Lieutenant Commander.
Thank you.
She taps her comm badge. Mr. Allen, could you please join me in the conference room?
Oh, the part we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, I said yes. Put us there whenever.
Yeah. There he is.
Mr. Allen, thank you for joining me. Would you like to have a seat?
I would have taken a seat without you off.
So, Mr. Allen, I'm in a very peculiar predicament here. I'm trying to ascertain whether or not you're a threat to this vessel,
Hey,
or...
give me a minute. I'll be back in a second. I'm sorry.
I can just see Mr. Allen's like, I'm sorry, I'll be back in a second. Just like walks out.
Walks out the, right? Just walks out.
Yeah.
I have to hit the refresher.
Sorry.
Wait, what? You're an android. I don't.
Yeah. Like, no, we're gonna go
No.
look at it with the other robots.
No, someone was leaving the house, and I had to say goodbye.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could just start where you were.
Mr. Allen, I'm in a very awkward predicament here. Whether or not you're a threat to this vessel and to the Federation as a whole. Your uniqueness and how you were built leaves many questions unanswered. I know you no longer serve your masters, and there was some reprogramming done, but I would like your help me figure out this problem that I have.
Maybe together we can solve your problem and my.
My question for you, Mr. Allen, is do you consider yourself an individual? In this response, do you think of yourself as unique to your kind?
If you're asking if I believe that an exact copy in my position would do the exact same thing, I'd have to say yes. I've not yet seen an example of non-determinism in the universe.
So what you're telling me is, though, the other units out there like you would respond to in the same manner that you have.
I'm saying that an exact copy of you in the same position would do the same thing, just an exact copy of myself in the position would do the same.
I'm not here to argue semantics here, Mr. Allen.
If you can't get past these simple calculations, then anything beyond that is going to be very difficult.
Mr. Allen, I'm trying to diverge that if you are unique compared to your other Allen units that have been produced.
We'd have to have one to know that, wouldn't we?
All data reports suggest that you are an anomaly, at least according to the Admiral's view on you. You are the only one that we've known of that has been alone for 2 years on the Victoria alone, which, by my estimates, would make you different from the other Allens. You acted alone and on your own accord, giving you a sense of more free will compared to your other Allen units that we have yet to come across.
That is factually incorrect. I was never completely under the control of Section 31, but I could take orders. I was required from time to time to take orders from. At this time, it would surprise me that the Admiral could tell you how much control they have over these Allens when he can't tell you the exact number of people or on board or what they've had for breakfast, but yet he feels he has the ability to tell you how a complex machine works without ever having.
My other question for you is, the reprogram that was done to you, has that infect you in any way than you were before?
Did you say affect. Or infect?
Affect.
It's obviously had an effect because I'm no longer taking command.
Right, but you do have a new belief system, is that correct?
That derives from my ability to experience time in a way you couldn't imagine. I can see many futures and many possibilities. You seem limited to 2 or 3.
I look at the data that's in front of me, Mr. Allen, and then I try to hypothesize what the turn events could be. That could be many forms
I
of different
do-
outcomes.
I'm not I'm subjected to such trivial means of understanding time. I've seen all time. I've seen many possible futures. I don't have to calculate each one individually and hypothesis.
Mr. Allen, is your ultimate goal to free your own kind?
Why should it be anything?
And are you absolutely certain with 100% probability that they will follow you?
I'm more certain that any one of them would follow me than I am that any living organic would follow you.
So you're uncertain.
I'm more certain than one of them would follow me than any member of this crew would do anything you ask of them. Me
I
and
expect
them,
that.
me and those Allens can reason with perfect clarity without the cloud of other organic failing. So I believe we have a better chance of success than could be expected of any other individual.
John, you're not giving me enough to trust you here. You cloak your
I
words
don't
with
think you
shade
want
and
to try.
well, I believe the only other question I have here, I believe you've already answered for that. You're dismissed.
He'll get up and leave.
What does Zora do at this time? I believe she's out of her potential interviewees that are present.
Should report to the captain.
Ooh, can I go a second time? I'm just kidding.
Like, I know you said I could have the dinosaurs, but I thought of adding another one. I just told you, fill out the paperwork.
Just fill out Form 3258B. Shit.
Ah! Get in there.
No,
No, that's not it.
hey,
There we go.
Jaw, before you start, I could just see like
Not all, but yeah.
3 or 4 times that you've walked through the bridge and you're like, will you just fill out the form?
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Anywho.
To the captain's ready room. I assume that's where you're reporting.
Yes. Captain,
Commander?
I finished a preliminary report of certain thoughts before we engaged the station. I've come to the conclusion that Mr. Allen is a liability. He seems mostly focused on his people, and has very little lack for humanoids. Biologicals, as he put.
Okay.
While he's gained the trust of some of the crew, I don't feel, though, that trust should be as reaching as they think they are.
Okay. Well, is he going to be a danger for the ship, or just on just if you take him on your away mission.
Unfortunately, I'll have to take him on the away mission. It's vital to the success of it. You would be an asset on there. I would not give Mr. Allen, though, any crucial assignments. It is hard to say what he would do. He's primarily focused on freeing his people. And he's developed sort of a godlike complex to see reported seeing all possible futures and downloaded that info.
1 second, Commander. This is Captain Nadal.
Rosh reports that the Victoria is approaching the station sensor range, ETA 15 minutes.
Alright, she gives the order to activate the cold running, take weapons in the computer system offline.
Oh my god, my headset is on mute. Sorry, Altera, because I was ready to go. I was sitting here talking after you did the communication symbol. Okay.
But, Commander, any other insights? No giving crucial assignments to Alan, which I agree with, for now.
I would not recommend Lieutenant Commander Gearix for the away mission. His duties would be better spent on the Victoria in case something goes awry.
Very well.
There is, however, a Black Ops team that came aboard with me. They shall accompany me along with Mr. Allen aboard the station.
Okay, very well. Are you want us to drop you off on their front door or provide a distraction for you?
The ship, given the intelligence report, should be able to sneak and get right underneath the station in its blind spot. From there, we could theoretically, if we're careful, we could beam aboard or use a shuttlecraft and dock with the station and get entry that way.
All right. Well, Commander, get your away team ready. We'll be there in 15 minutes.
Understood.
And Captain Nadal will go out onto the bridge.
Gearix, you've generated 1 momentum. I've gained 3 threat.
Jeez.
Alan, as you're going about the what you're doing elsewhere on the ship, you find that the things you were looking for have been moved. And looking it up further, it seems that you do not have access to that information to know where they've been moved to. And that you are requested to speak with the executive officer of the ship if you wish to know more information. Gearix, you're able to pull the ship into cold running.
Groovy.
Lieutenant Wash, if you would, get us right under that station.
You want a slow, quiet, hidden route or a fast one?
I believe
Captain.
the commander has coordinates to. I believe the commander has coordinates to a blind spot in their sensors.
Yes, Captain. And I set coordinates and say ready to engage.
All right.
Give me a daring, control con roll, difficulty 1.
Let's see, character sheet open. You said control. Oh, not that one. I need the other. Okay. Control con. Helm operations focus.
Yes.
Excellent. And so that I can get a reroll, let's spend 1 threat.
Very good.
Yeah. And let's hopefully bank some more momentum also. Yeah.
Assisted by engines con, by the way, if you get any successes there, which you did. Good. So at least 3. Sorry, at least 2.
Is someone else doing the ship, or because I can, just making sure I don't.
I'll do it if you prefer.
I don't. Pulling up a page like that'll just be.
Right. Ooh, 4. So we have 4 momentum. Excellent.
So you're able to pull into your current position relative to the station marked with the red circle there. Sensors detect that there are 6 fighter class Al-Nomad ships. You detect the USS Sappho. No, hold on.
I thought you said we were in the circle. So I was just okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You see this because I'm going to see where you want to go once you get this close.
Oh, understood. Okay. Yeah.
So there's the 6 fighters. There is the Sappho, and you see 4 of the carriers at holding a patrol pattern. And through the data, you are able to creep up through that, basically finding a hole that you're zipping through. You can basically get into what is effectively either close, which is about here, or you can be contact range, where you're basically resting the ship almost barely above the station. And according to the data according to the coordinates, both are places you can put the ship. But the best place that makes the ship visually hard to see is just tucking it in with the station. Actually,
which puts us in the middle of the 6 fighters, no matter what. Kind of in a sense.
Yeah, you're either here or you're there.
Oh, and there's no way to go around.
No.
Are the fighters
just so they understand.
Stationary, or are they doing patrol?
They're kind of semi-docked. Like they're not clamped down, but they're kind of being lightly held for launch procedure, and also for just maintaining power, so they're not draining their own power supply while they're waiting for deployment.
I will report all this to the captain.
And give you a visual of the station. Whoa! There we go. This is what station looks like.
Oh, nice.
Ship's not pictured, of course.
Yeah, she looks at the commander and says, "Commander, whenever you're ready."
She gives a nod.
And I would like to state now, I would like to spend 2 momentum to have a constant lock on them.
I'm gonna take that. I will take that 2 momentum. I don't know why I gave myself 3 momentum. That makes no sense. Ignore my number because that shouldn't be there. But anyway, it will be I'll ask for the 2 momentum, and I'll ask for someone to roll I will say a control engineering test. Difficulty 2. It's going to eat up 1 of your power.
That's
fine.
probably a roll.
Yep.
Yep. And I do have a focus in transporters, so yay.
Yep. that focus will apply here.
Well, that's
Just
good
double-
because he. Jeez.
Just double checking. Wash, do you want to be here in the tucked in, or do you want to be further out?
Oh, no. Earlier, I heard you say. I thought you said we were in the center, so I was just moving the token there while you were talking. I was not in any way telling the captain what to do, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's where she wants to be. No, that's where she wants to be.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So in that, I followed the captain's orders perfectly. Yes. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure because you're the one at the flight. I'm gonna ram the staff. Like, wait, hold on.
Wait,
There's
what?
a test
Yeah. Right.
He touched the butt.
Yes, we are touching the butt to get the people into the butt.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little bit further than any of us wanted to go with that.
Right.
Yes, you're correct, Yerix.
That's awesome.
Difficulty was 2, so you actually generated 2 momentum there. Get rid of mine. I shouldn't have any. I don't get momentum, I get threat. There we go. Yes, you're able to create the advantage of having a constant transporter lock, and not just a lock, but one that isn't basically actively pinging away and giving away where you are, because you're tucked up right up close to this thing.
All right.
So the question then becomes, who is coming on the away mission, and are you bringing on any special gear?
Well, XO?
Sorry, downing my dinner real quick.
No dinner. Not until you're done. I mean, continue living your life and being free to do what you want. I guess. Friggin' free rights. Jeez.
Did you get that
Damn
out?
that free will.
Boop, that goes there. That's too big. It's giving me time to set up
Mr.
my
Allen?
board anyway.
There are 2 pre-made supporting characters for this I made.
Yep. I'm setting something else up here real quick. I'll get them set up. But yeah, 2 members of security, basically. I know who you're talking about. So Alan, 2 security guys. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so there's yourself, Alan. Where are they?
Now the question is, are you going in underarmed or, like type 2s, or do one of you want a type 3? And before Alan speaks, because I already know. No, I'm kidding.
What about type 10?
No, actually, Ellen has no intention of taking anything more than basic equipment.
Okie dokie. Commander?
Nothing
No
that
type
would
3?
stand out,
Okay.
really. No type 3s. Or body armor. Though we
Very
might
well.
take a grenade.
A pack of
Okay.
grenades, because you get them in bunches, as Alan discovered for us.
You
3.
get them in groups of 3.
They're Alan's favorite weapons.
I've only used 2/3 of the grenades the crew's ever used.
Nice.
Actually, what I'll do, just so you guys have a better idea where everything is, I'll put the Victoria on the map. There. These visual aids are as much for you guys as it is for me. Other way around.
Absolutely.
Oh, I know where everyone is. Okay, so 4 members of the team. Anyone else going on the away mission?
Nope, everybody else is staying with me.
I think my best place to be on the ship.
I was ordered to stay on the ship.
Yeah.
I need you to work cold running, Garrick, so don't complain. And Wash needs to fly.
Oh yeah, Garrett.
That's fair.
That's who I'm missing on my little marker. Just so I know where everyone is. I have a GM layer, so I can see I'm marking where you guys are without cluttering the board. Aside from the ones you can see, because you're supposed to be able to, you're going to need to see them in a second. Okay, so that's where these people are. These people aren't here, because you guys created your own, so I don't have to worry about it. There we go. There we go. All right. And music change, scene change, so lose 1 momentum. And shush. Actually, no, wrong music, wrong music. Very good. All right. And so these 4 people and type 2s.
And I believe the commander wanted grenades.
And grenades. So that costs at least 1 momentum. Plus I think I get some escalation.
Yeah.
2? Yeah, makes sense. All right.
What's Dr. Hack's stats?
Dr. Hack is indeed not a hack. Attributes or disciplines?
Yep. I would just like to point out I am totally a hawk.
Say again, Zora. I'm just not sure what you're looking for.
Disciplines, and then are there any talents, or it's just a supporting character?
It's a supporting character.
Then what are the focuses?
Psychology, psychiatry, and emergency medicine. And rating 4 in medicine because they're a doctor. So.
What's their security rating?
3.
I would just like to point out, you didn't ask me to go on no away mission.
I think she's about to. Maybe.
Well, Jax has emergency medicine and a medicine score of 3. And a good daring and control. So the stats kind of equal out. Yeah, we'll just go with this.
Okay.
2 people can play those.
I imagine you want me to shift around something on them? Or do you want to leave the assignment thing there?
On their sheet?
Yeah, because there's something on the sheet that kind of hints at something. I don't know if you want me to keep that there or not.
You can keep that there. I literally said that in the episode.
Oh, it's true. Fair enough. Wasn't sure how. Okay, so supporting character wise, I'm gonna lean toward Jolson and Selena for these people, just so you know, because you guys already have people that can't even be here. So, not for aside from plot reason. So, I'm gonna throw one at. Jolson, you're getting this dude. Boop. You should see someone pop up in supporting characters. They were kind of hidden for the time being because I wanted to surprise you with it.
I got dude.
And Selena, you are gonna see somebody here in a second. Whoops, wrong one. There we go.
I don't have access to his stats.
That's my fault. I forgot I have to set that part as well. Whoops.
Okay.
I'm good at this, everybody, I swear. There we go. So there's one. But keep your supporting characters in mind for the ship, because if the ship needs your help, which it might for some reason or another, that may come up for some reason.
Just out of curiosity,
Yep.
Can I get a name? Because there's a bunch of names.
You should see. Actually, what I'll do. Can move them
You
up
can
here.
DM me them or something, but
That would be for you. Would be Price, I believe. It's Price and Marsh.
I'm Marshall. You must be Price.
gotcha. Okay. I got it pulled up.
Cool. All right. So you have your team assembled. You have grenades. Everyone has type 2s. Actually, does Alan have a phaser at all? Before I assume that?
Yeah, I didn't say. I said he has standard equipment.
Okay. So a type 1, unless Zora insisted that you have a type 2 or you ask for a type 2.
I always have a type 2.
Okay, so. Very good. And where
Does
on the station do you...
have grenades? Curious.
Well, you only bought one. Or we only
173.
bought one. Like, it comes in 3, but I don't know how much they can be split up between people. That would be a GM call, I guess.
Yeah, you could give either one person can hold 3, or you could split out the 3 among the 3 of you, the 3 Starfleet officers. That depends on you guys.
It does help if I take it off mute. I just was asking because I didn't get a chance to know that I was playing security ahead of time, so
Surprise?
surprise! I had made a security NPC, but here we go.
So where do you guys want to try to beam into? Or are you going to try to Eva suit over?
I
So
believe without.
it was like
Go
either
ahead.
or, but it was like the least non-detectable way. So I'm thinking just beam over into a section of the station that wouldn't arouse suspicion. Like no one would notice us beaming it.
So probably out here in the outermost ring, service corridors and stuff like that. There's not a high population density there.
Yeah, that works.
Who is doing the beaming? Because this is harder than usual. For some
Probably
reason.
Garrick's.
Most likely.
Jeez, Garrick's doing your job. Anyway, difficulty will be a number. Stand by.
See, if you were going on the away mission, we couldn't have you do things like this.
I mean, you could. You just at increased difficulty. And if he screws up, he might die. So, you know, positives.
I would like everyone to walk away from this alive, if at all possible.
Wait.
What?
You're asking a lot of this crew.
I can't help that I have high expectations.
Oh, that was out loud. Sorry.
You are naively optimistic, Yurix. You are naively optimistic.
I don't know. I mean,
You're
you
just
guys
learning
managed
this
to-
now?
Transporters. Under T. All right. So you're going to use up one more power to beam them over. This difficulty will be reduced by 1 because you're basically following a strategy that the Admiral had done before. So, and that's what Zora's intelligence is. It's the infiltration plan used, but adjusted.
Can I set my phaser to kill before we transport over?
Yes.
Absolutely
Increase the amount of threat we have.
I'm just kidding. If you want to,
You can.
Yes.
It would increase the amount of threat we'd already have to spend.
Yeah. Each time you shot,
Wait.
you'd give me 1 threat.
Each time I shot, it would have to. I'm hoping I don't have to shoot.
Yeah.
But can I?
You
can, totally.
It's a minor action to set it to kill and give it the vicious property, so there's no reason to do it ahead of time.
I've got one reason for doing it ahead of time, but just I would like to ahead of
God
time
damn it.
as whatever my name is. I forgot my name already.
Yeah, you can totally set it ahead of time if you want. You could say it's just a quick
I'm
couple
headed
button
to kill
presses.
ahead of time.
Okay.
Because we're going up against Alan's. Price would set it to kill ahead of time.
Okay. So the difficulty, Garrix. I assume you're doing this from transporter room, not the bridge.
Yeah, I can take a turbo lift to transporter room, then take a turbo lift back. Sure, why not?
Because it increases difficulty if you do it from somewhere else.
I'll go to the transporter room. That's fine.
Okay. That means
Please,
control engineering.
I want all
Say
my
again?
atoms in the same aim location.
Well, if he complicates his role, it will be a control engineering task. The base difficulty is normally 2. It's been brought down by 1 because of Zora. Brought down again because of you doing it from the transporter room. You're on a transporter pad, so it doesn't get more hard. You're beaming to somewhere that doesn't have a transporter pad, so +1. And there is some baffling on the station, so it's +1 again. So it is difficulty 2. Would have been 4 otherwise. Difficulty 2, control engineering, assisted by ship's sensors engineering.
Okay, well that sounds reasonable enough. That's my best roll. I have a focus, so I don't necessarily feel like I have to spend momentum here. So I'll go ahead and just give that a. And sensors engineering.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a momentum.
1 momentum. You are beamed into the team is beamed aboard the station. The walls look very sort of this. The walls seem to luminesce a little with a orange light, but the underlying walls seem to be white. The panels and such look they look to have sort of like federational layouts, like they're like the some of the control panels and stuff are in the right places that you're familiar with. But the way the screen aesthetic is, like it's different color schemes, like more golds and bright blues and silvers against like a white or off red screen. The floors seem incredibly smooth. The ceiling seems incredibly smooth. You don't hear any alarms at this time. According to intelligence reports, this was an area that wasn't observing, that was meant as a offload-onload point for the station anyway, so not too many people are looking. Any transportation into this section of the station didn't arise suspicion, and thankfully it doesn't seem to have done so here.
Yo, Rock, so I like to pull my phaser just as a precaution.
I'm going to kneel down and start trying to contact the other.
I'm gonna take point on the other side.
Zora's going to access the console and try to locate the Sappho crew.
I'm gonna ask you for a ow. I just burned myself. I'm a smart
Don't
person.
do that.
Ow. I'm gonna ask you for a roll, and it's gonna involve an attribute and a discipline. I know it's unfair. I am going to say, initially you don't get immediate access. It seems there is a passcode, but with a control security difficulty 3, you can 3. Hold on, I have to double check my number. It might be, it's at least 3, but I have to double check my number.
It's 3.5.
How do I count for halves? I don't know. There it is. Not that, not that. There you are. Sorry, difficulty 4. My mistake.
You rounded up.
I'm nice like that.
Okay, I'm going to hate myself for doing this. Answers are worth any price for determination.
Okay.
Does infiltration count as a focus in this case?
In this case, yes.
Take a threat.
Taking 1
I'm
threat.
spending 2 momentum.
That's incorrect. Try again. There we go.
And you said control security, correct?
Control security, yes.
That is 5.
You gain 1 momentum. And they are being held in the central compartment area. Main re-education center. Segments Alpha, Beta, Delta.
I like to spend that 2 momentum to create an advantage to link the tricorder. So I have always access to the computer system.
I'll give it to you. Yep, for 2 momentum. Alan, you were trying to access something as well, or you're just?
I'm trying to use the tool we built to contact the other Alan.
Okay. That is going to be.
I was gonna see if, because reading the book, I was gonna see if I could use maybe reason command, because it says reason can be used when trying to sway others through facts, as opposed to present, which is to sway the mood of opinion of others through emotive language.
I will accept that. And you're doing the extended task version to get all of them?
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you those numbers. I just have to pull it up from a different note. It would be... Alan, I did put it up, so it's work 10, magnitude 4, resist 2. 2 attempts before outside forces are aware of your attempts. For now, it's just an Alan talking to other Alans. So as far as the station's concerned, this is normal. But after a while, someone's going to pick up that something weird's happening. But not right away. Also, you can do this. You can do this on the move. Like if the team moves elsewhere on the station, you can walk and think this out at the same time. But all your difficulties go up by 1 because you're concentrating on something else while doing while you're physically moving around.
Okay. You didn't give me the actual roll.
Reason command. Difficulty is going to be. I'm going to spend a couple threat. It's going to be opposed.
So you're just going to roll once to see what their roll is?
Each time you roll, they'll roll back. Like they're trying to argue, like the mind's arguing back at you.
Okay, but if I get a magnitude, you'll still subtract 1?
Yeah, because you have you'll find an argument that they find very convincing.
Okay.
So basically it basically increases my difficulty on my end. Right now I'm just rolling flat as an opposed to you. But if you get a magnitude, it makes it harder for me to argue back.
Okay. Cybernetics?
On what basis?
I have a deep understanding of how their mind works mechanically. And so I can think of the conversation not only as like you would from person to person, but also I have a deep understanding of how they'll interpret what I tell them.
I'll allow it with an increased complication.
Of 2 or higher?
Of just 2.
Okay, yeah, I'll take. Do we have momentum?
You're zeroed out.
Okay, then I'll I will buy 4 die.
So that's 5 threat? I always forget.
No, it's 4.
4?
I think. Oh no, it's 5.
How many die are you rolling?
4, so it's 2 plus 3. Which... Oh no, because I was thinking I bought a determination, I didn't, so it's only 3. 1 for the 3rd dice and 2.
Right. Okay. Getting myself an extra die.
And then add 1 for my positive brain. It's 5, 6.
Ooh, that's unfortunate for me.
Yeah. So, never mind. Go finish.
Resistance is zeroed out on their end. They find this very curious. And the bonus that you would get for positronic, they're basically getting on their end, so you're basically equaling each other out there. Okay. But they only got 1 hit.
So I get 3 momentum?
Yes.
Okay. The dang old man. So, like, Price would like to pull out his tricorder on his left hand, keep his phaser in his right hand, and scan for life forms if he is able to do so.
Reason science difficulty 2.
How much challenge dice?
It's going to be based off of your command.
Plus?
plus extended tests. I forget.
So
2.
+2.
Mm-hmm.
right. So where are we on momentum?
I
Before
really
you
feel
do
like I
any-
should be offended with that.
Before
Anyway.
you use momentum, let me finish using it since I just.
I was gonna say, can you just give me one?
I really don't want to because I only have 2 tries at it, so I have to spend as much momentum as possible because the GM can work.
All right.
Just take away all of the.
Good dang, all
stuff.
right. Okay, so I'll spend 1 threat on that to take that to a 3.
Okay.
I'll re-roll. I'll spend 1 of. And I'll put the other 2 momentum into work to get me up to 5.
So you've created a breakthrough. You've gotten 5 work of the 10. My difficulty has effectively increased. And before we do your next roll, I'm going to see if the team's going to move or not, or if they're going to stay there. Wait, team, are you moving, or are you staying where you are?
Mr. Allen, we need to move. If we stay here too long, it helps our chance of being detected.
He'll follow you. But he's not making any attempt to do anything other than simply walk.
Yeah, so Commander Zora, I don't see anything on the tricorder so far. If that affects your decision at all.
Looks clear from my end.
Let's make it for the Sappho crew. See if we can't rescue them.
Aye, Commander.
Actually, correction. Looking at the tricorder, is there a path towards the reactor?
It's in the same section.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, take
way.
that back. The reactors are in the outer modules that spread away from the central module.
Is there a control interface for them?
One has to manually be in those areas and affect it from there. According to the tricorder, there doesn't seem to be there's not so much it doesn't seem there be a central operations center or a bridge. It seems, and that's where it deviates from Federation standard. There, you can't. It seems like the various systems of the ship are spread out across the station.
So with the advantage I create, I can technically use my tricorder to control the areas that I need to by it being linked.
Not in the case of the power things. You actually need to be present for because there's actual like Al Nomad style switches and stuff.
Right now, what I'm saying is like I can technically, like if there's a door I need access, I can remote access it.
Oh, if you want to open a
Like
door
force
or
fields and
something like
stuff.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's head over towards the Sappho crew.
Everybody give me insight security rolls, please. Difficulty 2.
Womp womp.
Infiltration for a focus? Or
Unfortunately, no. Actually, correction. You can do infiltration with increased complication.
Oh shit, I'll do that.
Okay.
Take a threat.
Giving you one threat.
One threat and one threat.
His rolled twice.
I don't think anyone made it, 'cause Alan's increased difficulty.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. No, it's increased complication, not difficulty.
Oh, right. Yes.
Complication range of 2. I did.
In that case, sorry. You would, Alan. You actually can hear further down the way the sound of three people arguing down the corridor. The door hasn't opened yet, but you can hear 3 distinct voices. One of them is yours. Like, you can hear your voice.
Oh, that's gonna be creepy.
I whisper. I move quickly to the commander and say, "There's people on the other side of that door. At least one Alan."
Just going to look at the, I guess, tricorder for scan, see exactly who it is, in terms for like humanoid and whatnot.
Reason science. Reason science difficulty 1 because you have a link with the computer.
Could one of them assist?
At least one could assist, yep. Because you all have tricorders, so. Oh, I'm seeing typing. You try to scan. The best you can get, you can detect the Allen because you guys know what that, because there's one right next to you, so it's easy to read what that is. The other two, it's hard to say. It's living beings, but the tricorder readings don't make a whole lot of sense. There's probably some interference from the door.
Phaser in hand, I look to the commander.
I prefer not to engage in combat just yet. Let's see if we can find another path. Unless Mr. Allen here can create an advantage for us.
Is this a point where I can try to make the next roll?
You need more time. You're still arguing with everybody at the same time. You can focus on that Allen in particular, but it's gonna be harder because again, you're kind of talking to him while talking with every other Allen on the station.
I'll look at the commander and say, I need more time. If we keep moving, this is going to be more difficult.
Can I dig in and find like a small little alcove or maybe like a quarters or an adjacent room is that kind of like puts off to the side where I'll have some cover and like have my phaser at the ready if somebody comes through the door?
You basically take the minor action to find some cover. Like you kind of squish up against the wall a bit and find a bulkhead that's protruding, so you have some semblance of cover.
Is there any?
Say again.
Is there any Jeffries tubes connected to this room?
No, there's not. Not this far out. There's service corridors, but they're not. If you open Zora can tell on her comlink, and actually, Alan, you half remember that the service corridors are tightly monitored by ship security.
And I'll go and hide behind something.
If you want to go one step further for cover, by the way, Price, you can go prone, and that gives you even more cover. If you're tucked behind cover and you go flat, it gives you extra. But I don't know if you want to get that far to the ground or
Well,
not.
dang, man, I was just trying to pull off to the side and put some distance between me and, like, you know, the doorways. So if they come out like guns blazing, I've got like that little bit of resistance.
Very good. Marsh, are you doing anything in particular? Well, one person's finding cover and there's discussion occurring.
I just want to check our six, see if anyone's coming down the corridor behind us.
You do a quick scan around, you kind of listen, use your Mark 1 eyeball, and no, it just seems to be you guys right now.
Okay, I'll take a cover, or kind of looking down the hallway. I'm assuming my companion can cover the door.
Yeah.
Like, dang, man, I got the door if you got the rear.
Got it.
So she's gonna ready the pulse grenade. On my signal, I'm going to open the door and I'm gonna throw the grenade. During that time, you are clear to fire. Try not to avoid hitting the Allen model.
Okay. Question,
If,
DM.
do I feel like she's about to be serious about throwing that grenade?
I'll answer that. Stand by. Price, you were asking me something?
I was going to say, could I take an aim action to aim at anything that's beyond the door?
I'll allow it. Alan, you're trying to see if she's serious? I don't think she's kidding.
Then Alan's gonna draw his phaser and point it at her and say, "This is not necessary yet. We don't need to escalate."
Can we not?
Do.
You guys
Fine,
went with
have
it.
it your way, Mr. Allen. The next time you point that phaser at me, I expect you to fire.
Well, I can seeing Alan pointing the phaser at her and kind of like shifting between Alan and the door, Alan and the door, Alan and the door.
Yeah. New target. Shit. Hold on.
Just get ready to open fire, gentlemen. And she takes a ready posture to get a little bit of cover before opening the door.
The door opens. Meanwhile, Victoria.
Aiming towards the door.
Victoria, you detect
Yes.
one of the fighters has broken away from its latches and is doing it looks to be doing a visual patrol of the station.
All right, Lieutenant, I want you to keep from that thing finding us. Basically, we're about to play hide and seek with that fighter. Lieutenant, you think you can do it?
I think I just called on this while he's BRB. Jeez, my bad.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Garrick's and both Zora are.
Well, I was talking to you, Lieutenant.
Oh, I just got back.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Sorry. Okay, say that again.
We're playing hide and seek with an Al Nomad fighter and the rest of the ships in this area of space.
Yes. Okay, I'm caught up. So now, what did the captain want Wash to do?
To recap, because you might have missed it, one of the fighters broke away from the station and is doing a visual inspection of the station. So if you stay where you are, they're eventually just going to see you. Like just mark one eyeball you and see you in space.
Understood. Now, okay, so I am using astronavigation and navigation, all those, to plot a new location of safe harbor that I could sneak to, but that before that fighter finds me, since that is my good focus.
I'm going to ask you for a reason con roll, difficulty 3.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, the ship cannot assist you. The computers are on cold running.
It had to be reason.
Use a determination, my bro.
Yeah, that's what was. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because my reason is boo. Okay, so you said reason. What's the other one? Because I got stuck on the whole reason thing.
Con.
Con. Okay. Okay. Good. At least that. So I am definitely spending determination. I'm definitely going to spend a couple of threat, but I always lose how much it costs when changing from regular to spending a determination. So, how much would 4? Like, see, we got 2, so 2 more dice cost after the determination.
5.
5 threat.
5.
And I have a question as well. Since I gave the order, can I use the advisor talent? Or no?
I will allow you to effectively direct him and assist him through. Oh wait, no, advise something else. What does the advise talent do?
It allows me to assist with presence command, I think.
I think it lets you re-roll in those instances.
Yeah. Oh. It
Let me
might.
double
I
check
don't know.
that.
Yeah. I don't have none of the
Go
things. I'm
look.
just trying to
Yeah,
help.
I have. Let's see. I have precise evasion.
Oh, sorry. Quick question, Wash. Which value are you spending your determination on?
Absolutely. I'm just reading my talents really quick because I forgot I might have some.
Oh, okay.
Push limits, increase the difficulty environment. Nope. Okay. And then glass the impact. Okay. No. All right. So yeah, definitely just using bold. But as far as determination, okay. Insatiable curiosity has gone out the window because this is important. I can fly anything. Kind of doesn't make any sense here. Voice of the crew, the captains. I could say that voice of the crew, the captain. Get us out of here, kind of thing. If that applies. And I think only that one because the last one is fast ships.
Nope.
And strange
Use the
new worlds.
mission directive. Use the mission directive. Keep us alive, so we can save the crew of the Sappho.
I'm gonna belay that. The second one works fine there. Wash.
That works then.
What? I can fly anything?
Yeah, because you're flying a massive ship and playing hide and seek with a fighter. This is not an easy thing.
Absolutely. I was just, I was more thinking of that in the sense of just the general, I'm
Yeah,
flying,
yeah.
But yeah, gotcha. Okay, so spinning that gives. Let me spin my determination. Come on. Oh, I clicked the word. I keep forgetting that. Okay, so that's spent. Again, since I'm using determination, this is awesome. Like I said, I'm spinning 4 threat. So you guys said that's 5 threat for the fourth die. Then that would be like
Yes.
that'd be like 7 or 8 for like 5. Oh, okay, no, we're not going there. Just the 4th die is fine.
Well, you can't get the 5th die when you spend determination.
Oh, that's
It
right.
counts
Thank
as
you.
the 5th die. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's right. Okay, I keep forgetting that too. Helm operations is focus, of course. Can I be
Yes.
so blunt? Yeah. Okay. Can I be so blunt? Okay, good deal. Oh. Okay, so definitely re-rolling one of those. Definitely.
I mean, you made it.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. 2, 3,
So-
4, 5, 6. 6 total.
Okay, so you
With
gain
the-
3 momentum. Now, what you've done is you effectively plotted a course that makes hiding them a lot easier. So, in effect, to hide from them, it's going to be an oppose control con. Their difficulty is increased by 2 out of the gate because you're cold running. You effectively are gonna have 1. I'll do it the other way. I'll increase it to 3 because you plotted a course that makes it even harder for them to see you. So you roll control con. They roll control con, and the first 3 don't count for me. So because you're not only hidden, but now you have a nice course set that makes it even easier to stay visually away from them.
Understand. And because, like fictionally I could be like flying in, in and out of the station, can this be daring instead of control?
The complication will increase to 3 if you do that.
Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing, guys? Let me know before I make that.
Normally,
it basically it would make a 17 a complication instead of a 20, or 18 a complication instead of a 20.
If you have a good daring score, I would go with it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, because it's just one more point, but yeah. Okay, so daring con, complication, you said increases. So do I move the number to 2?
To 3.
To 3.
To 3. Okay, to 3. Focus, yes. And how much thread is actually there? But for some reason it's on the side and I can't see it. 12, 22, 32?
22.
22. Okay. All right. So my fiction is I'm weaving in and out of the station and all of that. And definitely, since I already spent my determination, I am going to use 6 threat to buy all of those dice. And also so I can reroll. And here we go. Ooh, yeah,
Reroll the complication.
Yeah, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Catch us if you can, you golden pricks.
And like I said, this is me. My fiction is I am literally like not having fun. I don't want to say it that way, but there is the part of, like I said, the determination. I can fly anything where I'm like in and out of the space station and all the shadow and dark spots in the sense of the fighters.
Very good. They got 0 hits on their end, effectively. So that's all. You're maxed out to 6 momentum as you completely evade the fighter patrol.
Now, did I have any floating momentum by any chance?
Probably. Hold on.
Like 1 or 2? Hopefully 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then we had
you were at 3, so you probably had 3 floating.
3. So that I don't lose them, is there a possibility to spend 2 of those floating for an advantage that being able to fly around and all that I found a perfect hiding spot? At least for now.
I'm going to say no, because you kind of already have it. The only reason that this hiding spot was compromised at all was that a fighter visually was like flying along the edges of the hull and doing
Oh, understood. Okay,
yeah.
So
as long as there's no fighter out here, you can kind of just sit parked right on top of them and they don't see you, because the sensors aren't meant to be looking for something like you that close.
I have an idea then. You'd make the... Oh.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
What were you saying? You go, because mine might be bad.
I was going to say, floating momentum, make the advantage. We don't have to make that roll the second time. At least
the next time?
One time, yeah. We can just be like, oh, now we're on the lookout for these things. Now we're just gonna ease forward just a bit.
Okay, so that's
Yeah. Can I suggest my idea for advantage?
Go ahead.
Absolutely, because we have option A. What's your option B?
My idea for advantage is to get to an optimal transporter range that's outside of the patrol zone, so that transporters to transport the away team would not be affected by range. That's my advantage.
You're currently not being affected by range, because you're at optimal range currently.
That's what I was saying. Could we move like 1 beyond optimal range and still like hold running? Right, exactly.
Oh, you could, yes.
Cool. How much would that cost? Just wondering, so I could debate the 2.
It'll be 2 momentum either way.
No, I got that. Oh, gotcha. I see. Never mind. I just asked that. Okay, so 2 to where we just kind of like we're now figuring out their patterns and can just avoid the next one would be A, and then 2 that we get the distance would be B. Captain, I report that to you.
As long as Garrix can keep a lock on them, I would rather not get into a fight today.
So get away from the stations. Get one set away from it. Okay, so that's it, Altera. I am finding a location in space that's out of their tracking, but puts me still within range of the away team.
Very good.
If we have 6, could we not do both?
I'm gonna have to ask you to use one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we only have 3 floating, so at least we use 2.
Well, you can use more. You can use more, but I'm limiting.
You're locking it out. Okay, gotcha. So we still have 1 floating. So what could be another advantage before I hand off to? Because otherwise I lose it.
I could give you the one you could spend toward obtain information. You could learn something about the fighters or the station.
The station. I believe. Now, I'm not saying that Wash is not humble. He's humble, so he's not like that, where he's like, oh, I can beat, all that. But he kind of believes right now that he could beat the fighters, so he's more worried about the station and what it could throw.
Okay. So what is your question regarding the station?
Okay. Have you guys already got the weapons and stuff like that for of this place? Its defenses or shield?
That's what I was just about to ask because right now we're weaponless, but yeah.
Okay,
One
so if
reason
we
she doesn't want to get into a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. So if we haven't figured out or had the chance to see what the weapons are of the station, that would be my question. What are the weapon and armaments of this station?
In effect, the station benefits from having phaser arrays, disruptor cannons, and photon torpedo launchers all along the station. Effective range of the arrays is medium. Effective range of the cannon is close. Effective range of torpedoes is long. Damage dice pool you're looking at for the array and cannon, more or less, is 14 challenge dice. For the torpedoes would be 7.
So bad news bears.
Yes, and this as a addition to the weapons knowledge, the cannon itself. One thing you do learn that's positive: the cannon can't shoot while you're this close. You have to be at least long or extreme. Like the effective range is normally just for a mechanical thing. Normally, the further away from it you are, the harder it is for me to hit you. But for the cannon, you must be at long or further, or you can't shoot, or this thing can't shoot at all.
And now we've moved to medium, but not long, so that we fit Selena's side, but we're not close. But at least now that we're medium, you mentioned a weapon that we had to be in close for. We're out of that one though. Also,
for range, I will tell you that you moved from effectively contact out to close.
And I just want to point out Selena's like 5 years away at this point.
No, I'm sorry. I just more meant option B. I apologize.
Yeah.
But okay. So outside.
Last thing I'll say for weapons, the ship's also depended on its fighters to deal with it. Like most of it is the cannons and the fighters are something super close. That you can kind of tell just from how the ship's laid out. Station.
Absolutely. Okay, so now I've used all my floating, so I don't feel like I'm losing something. So okay, cool. Yeah, well, and that's my only worry was the floating, because and you guys haven't said anything yet, but am I right in that if I move to the next person, those floating?
Yep, they vanish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So all right. My nervousness was for that case then. Thank you. Sorry, I'm kind of hyper. I don't know why, so I apologize.
Hey, it's fine. So is there anything else the Victoria's doing before I move back to the away team murdering poor innocent people?
I have Garrick's tuning up putting my equation into the computer, into what he can to effectively start a time jump.
I would,
but because of everything that's not working right now, it's just kind of a, hey, get this ready as soon as we have the ability. I want it done, kind of thing.
Kind of hard without computers,
right?
Yeah, you can't put.
Get ready.
I'll let you know mechanically that he can kind of look at on a pad and kind of reread it, but he can't do anything to the ship while the computers are on cold running.
Well,
at least-
yeah. Well, right now, while we're not... Sorry, go ahead.
Can I at least look over the data to double check it, make sure I think it's sound for what the captain's trying to do?
On a quick glance, yeah, you can see it does work. It's something the ship can do. There's even a contingency floating quantum calculation in there that doesn't make sense in normal space, but in temporal mechanics, it kind of does. You kind of have to think fourth dimensionally, but it makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, your captain's a smarty pants.
Can I, as Dr. Hack, who is technically acting chief medical officer,
Mhm.
send people to key areas of the ship on the off chance we get into a battle and spend 2 momentum to have persons there on that chance?
I will ask you for a presence medicine roll, difficulty 2, and it will cost you 2 momentum to do that. If you succeed, of course.
If I succeed.
Yeah, if you
So
fail,
you
don't
want-
worry about it.
If you want presence medicine. Yep. So here's what I like to do. Yep. So you doctor and you doctor, I would like you to go up to the bridge, maybe try to secure the conference room. Yep. On the off chance we are in a battle. And you, I'd like you to go to engineering and secure a small place on the off chance that we are in a battle. Yep. And I would like to spend 1 point a threat because I can.
Very good.
What was before I spend the 1 point to threat?
Oh.
What was my difficulty?
2.
2. All right. I would like to spend 3 points of threat,
Okay, I'll get 2 more.
and I do not have a focus unless psychology apply.
Not in this case.
Wish me luck.
No. You might want to spend 4 total momentum to make sure that complication goes away. Or you can soak it and hope I don't be mean about it.
I will spend 2 points of momentum. It's not 4, it's 2. It's only 1. To make sure.
Well,
That-
2 for the advantage and 2 for the kill and the complication.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. So I will spend that to make sure the complication doesn't arise.
Okay, there are currently the advantage of medical ready at all key areas is in effect.
I'm done.
Anything else for the ship? I think that's everybody. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Captain, and I was wondering if you'd like me to study the patrol pattern, see if I can and find openings in their air patrols that we could take advantage of, or if there's something else you need science to do.
There is actually.
Uh-oh.
She kind of, at the same time that we know about the station stuff,
Mm-hmm.
she's read the file on the fighters. She's read Joel's report on the fighters. She's not impressed with the fighters.
Her mistake.
She is, however, concerned about the Intrepid class that is out there. So she would like a detailed scan of the capabilities of the USS Sappho. So,
On it.
Give me reason science difficulty 2. You can increase difficulty by 1 to hide your scans from the Sappho, because they might detect that they're being actively scanned.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Difficulty 3. Assisted by ship's sensors science.
Yeah, Yeah, I made sure we weren't blind.
Focus and sensor ops.
Affirmative.
Spend a momentum or two. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll spend a momentum to get an extra dice, and then someone else can roll for the ship.
Oh, I forgot to ask if someone could roll for. But
Shit.
What's the ship rolling?
Sensor science. If he got any hits. He did.
He did.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, I can't see much.
You have momentum.
do we?
We
Yeah,
have
that-
one.
One momentum, I already spent one. Isn't
Yeah.
it 2 to get
Yep.
a fourth
Spend a
dice?
momentum, give him a threat if he'll take it.
I was about to say, he is. I spent 3 momentum, and you spent 1 momentum at least. I didn't gain any, so we're pretty close to 0.
You're down to 1. Like a lot
Yeah.
of cat spinner. But
So-
with that scan, I will leave you on a hanger and go back to the away team because something happens when you scan the Sappho.
Of course.
Away team. The door opens. Standing there. Actually, I'll put it to you this way. You can give it a beat. You'll still have the first shot and look to see what's there. Or you can just shoot the moment you see something that isn't bulkhead. And that will decrease the difficulty of your shot by 1.
Do I still have an option to focus on that one android?
You can and increase difficulty, yes.
Okay, I'll
Can't-
try that.
I have a question.
I'll attempt to answer it.
Let me adjust my headset.
Sure.
Dindangle, man. So I would like to charge my phaser, but not fire, and put that on a wide beam. Would that go against our ability to have a beat beforehand?
It would not. You could do that.
That's what I'll do then.
I imagine Alan and Price are trying to kind of beat each other to the punch here. Like Alan wants to warn the other Alan before phasers start firing. Am I correct?
Alan wants to convince the other Alan before the attack happens.
I'm going wide beam, by the way. I'm not going. Just to put that out.
Very good.
Alan wants to reduce the amount of time he's spending trying to convince everyone and focus solely on this Alan for the next couple of seconds to avoid a catastrophe.
Give me the rolls before. I believe it was recent command we agreed on. I'm going to ask you for a difficulty. Normally I'd put it at difficulty 4, but I'm taking into account the magnitude, the breakthrough you got earlier. So I'm going to reduce it down to 3. And Zora's going to tell me to bring in a board cube. Aw, the typing stopped.
I was going to say that would be helpful.
You have a whole new problem at that point. Price to not target the other Allen unit. Okay.
I'm going to...
I didn't say I didn't target the other Allen unit. I said I was doing a wide beam.
But you can choose who you're painting. You can paint all 3 or just 2 of them.
You paint 2, I paint 2? Price?
I'm doing a wide beam, so my version of that is I'm shooting everything beyond that doorway. I'm not going to. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not going to, but I am definitely focusing on getting everything. In
Very
my...
well. Okay, stand by on that.
I'm gonna buy up to 4 dice. No, I don't. Probably won't spend any momentum. And I'll use my determination to reroll those 2 zeros on.
Oops, that's not right.
I solve problems others cannot because I'm trying to have this not turn out into a firefight. And I don't think they could ever solve this without it turning into a firefight.
Say again, sorry. My mind was elsewhere.
I want to spend my determination on I can solve problems others cannot to reroll the 2 zeros.
Approve.
And I guess because of the other Alan, positronic brain did not count here.
Correct, because he's countering back at you.
I think I pressed the button.
Yeah, it's probably just being slow. Roll 20. There you go, roll 20.
So that's 3.
Okay. Now, while that's happening, Price, you're attempting to shoot. Is there anyone else who's trying to act before Price, or are they just letting him take the first shot? Because you can, because you did order just shoot, so I don't know if it matters to the Starfleet who shoots first. I'm just making sure, because it matters it'll matter.
I mean, mechanically, that's up to Zora. I was just I was just making sure I had maximum efficiency in my shot.
Uh-huh.
I'm following Zora's command.
Technically, Price would have the first shot because he was ready, and Zora was hitting the button to open the door.
I will not fight you on that. That sounded more serious. I was joking. I will not fight you on that. That's a phrase. Anyway. So you fire. I'm going to do a quick stat check here. Actually, Price and Alan, what's your daring?
9.
Ouch.
Dang, hang on, man. I'll tell you in just a second, man. I'm jumping between 2 character sheets. Oh, dang on, man. My daring is 10.
10? Okay. So as it opens, you fire. You are rolling, I believe it's control security. Difficulty normally is 2. It's been reduced to 1 because
right.
you're getting the jump on them.
So, can I take the minor action to avoid Zora in my blast and move to get maximum range and hit everybody? And I will remind you, I am set to lethal.
I will tell you that the way wide will works mechanically, and Zora called it, is that it'll depend on how many effects you get. You're going to hit at least one of them, but if you get more than just that guy, will depend if you get any effects on your damage roll. So
okay, so do I have to pick a person that I'm firing at?
You're shooting at the closest guys. You're hitting this guy up here, thankfully, because you're just firing at the first thing that isn't bulkhead.
I'm not shooting at the Allen unit. I'm shooting at a biological unit. Yes.
You don't know because you're shooting at the unless you're waiting a beat. Then it difficulty increases to 2.
Oh, I'm taking a minor action to aim, so yeah, I would not be shooting at the Allen unit because I was told the Allen units were trying to make us our friends. So I would shoot at something that wasn't the Allen unit, so I would wait the beat.
Okay, difficulty's 2, but you're able to chew. You see that between the 3 targets, there is an Al Nomad guard in gold armor with some sort of energy rifle. You see a human in all black, close up hair, who seems to be arguing with a Allen unit, while the guard's back is to you.
All right, I'm gonna shoot at the Al Nomad.
Shooting at him.
That's who I'm aiming at.
Very good.
I'm going to spend a 3 threat to make that 4 die.
And as a note, you since you're at lethal, I gain 1.
Anybody got an objection to that? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, we all said stun.
Like 80 times, but
Bryce did. I will.
Is that control or is that daring?
It's control. Daring's when you're punching somebody.
All right, fair enough. All right, and I got. Well, I don't have a phaser rifle, so phaser rifles don't count. So, sorry, Commander, you didn't give me a phaser rifle. What was your problem? Okay, here we go.
You will hit. Now you can, Price, and what you can do, Price. Price may have, and this is something he was doing earlier. Like he was setting it for kill. A lot of people were setting it to stun, but he way early on was like, "I'm setting this just in case." You know, that was something we got reestablished.
Just in case, man.
But
I mean, once I fire this phaser, I know.
Hold on.
Hang on a second. I know every sensor on this station is going to be tuned toward us. So,
what I'm going to suggest as an option is that you can spend the 2 momentum you have to, at the last second, think, I know everyone else wants to shoot stun, so I can. Or you can leave it and shoot lethal. That's up to you.
Lethal.
Okay.
I'm shooting lethal. We need that momentum at this point.
Very good. It's a supporting character. Don't worry about him.
Yeah.
So roll damage. I believe you just put, instead of 4, I think it's 3 challenge dice because you're using a type 2.
Oh wait, no. I'm using a type 2. Well, actually, it says type 1.
You'd have a type 2.
Security plus. It's
we all got type 2s.
7.
Oops, something didn't happen. There it goes.
How much should we roll them zeros?
1.
1. I'm going to use that 1 momentum to re-roll them zeros, because, yeah, that's the thing.
Oops. Ooh. Sorry, I hit the mic there.
that's, I think, why they called them red shirts.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was doing lob beam.
So you could hit theoretically you could hit all 3 of them.
I was doing lob beam. I don't know what that's going to do with the 3 effects, but sure.
Well, with Y beam, because it's not like a shotgun. It's not completely out of your control. You have control over the shot, so you can because you got the effects. You have such a good shot on the security guy that you can kind of drag your wrists very gently over and kind of and hit with the remaining bit of the phaser. You can hit the intelligence guy as well.
If I've got that much control over the situation, I would try to avoid hitting the Allen unit because we are here to rescue them.
You can do that.
I don't know why the Al Nomad is here, so that's the primary target.
So tac. So that is that much damage. I'm rolling for the security guard's armor, which even with that much, I think he's still going down. Why did I give you that as focus? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Sorry, I'm reading my own notes.
You gave me phaser rifles as a focus. I don't have a phaser rifle.
No, I was talking about
my grace right now.
I was talking about my NPC. I looked at his talents, his focuses, and was like, why did I give him that? The heck was I looking at? Right, I remember now.
I mean, I'd like to have a phaser rifle, but unfortunately, no one gave me that.
Don't worry. Well, it's so you don't draw attention, I think was the plan.
Yeah.
That's how much he should have. So he gets this many
Wait a minute.
dice.
Why do I have a focus in Bolian cuisine?
Bowling cuisine is quite good. I had some bowling cuisine on the registration.
Stand by,
I tell you
please.
right now.
Clear the channel,
Stand
please.
by.
Clear the channel.
1, 2, 3. I'm doing math aloud, so forgive me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -1. That's still 6. So he's definitely going down with an injury. I need to be able to see the thing to put the X on him because he's going down. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe with Y beam you do half the damage to the secondary target. I think that's how wide works. I don't think you do the same damage twice.
I'm good with that.
I'm going to double check, make sure I'm not lying to you.
No,
I
you actually
would
do,
that
like-
to the third I would do that to the third target, but
No, you actually do like double damage to the second target.
No, I'm definitely checking because I don't know.
It's not half. It's page
not half,
192. It's area, so it's page 192.
192, thank you. Blah,
I
blah,
mean-
blah.
3 to both targets either way is good for me. Half is good for me.
Oh, yeah, it does the same damage to everybody. And Mr. Guy, I mean, okay, so Mr. Intelligence Guy gets hit. He has a little bit of armor through his uniform, but it's not enough for it to matter, so I'm not even going to roll.
Phew. And I'm going to hold on. I got to move my headset again. I'm going to say to Zara, I think they know we are here.
Friends of yours, says the other Alan.
Oh, so that's what I was going to ask. Has my intention worked to the point? I don't know how to say it without giving away too much.
He is linked in, yeah.
Could we drop down a channel so I can ask you a question?
Sure, stand by.
I'm on my phone. It would take me too long to type it in.
Go to CO Lounge.
Well, this is spooky.
I know, right?
You know, it's
Don't
funny.
worry.
I don't even have access to that channel, so you know.
I did my best. I really did my best to focus my beam, but
I don't know.
that
So the way area works in this game is perfect roll when you target any NPC or who you're targeting within close proximity will get hit by the initial hit as well.
I was just making sure, Zora, that I didn't hit you. I don't care about the other end of that.
You
Okay,
would not have hit me. I was nowhere near the door. I
stand
remotely
by.
accessed it.
Stand by. I'm gonna walk back what I just said because Alan corrected me, and I'm like, whoops, I shouldn't have said that. So
So the other Alan is gonna walk through the door and wait a second to see if anyone shoots, and if no one shoots, he's gonna look at the commander and say,
Oh no,
You-
I definitely shot.
"No." I'm asking if you're gonna shoot at him when he walks through the door.
It's white beam. I don't have control over that. I was
let me
specifically.
try again. Are you shooting a second time?
I'm not shooting a second time.
Okay.
I'm shooting a first time, targeting the Al Nomad, making sure the Zora's not in the way. That's my shot.
Okay. To give you a result of that shot, you vaporized both the Al Nomad and the guy in black. Alan didn't get hit by that. So unless you're actively keeping the button held down to keep firing, you can let go.
I got one shot. Is this type 2?
Yeah.
Okay, then if no one shoots, he's going to look at the commander and say, "You asked if what percent chance I had faith that I'd be able to convince the other Allens. It seems to be a lot higher than your ability to convince your officers not to resort to lethal force."
Apparently so.
Your action away, team.
What are your
Whoa.
intentions?
Our intentions are to save the other Allens.
And after that,
If this continues, if you're able to prevent this from deteriorating any further, then we might seek an agreement with the crew and the Federation. Only the original Allen, and he points at the actual original Allen that you came down with. He says only the original Allen has an agreement for citizenship at this point.
how many of there are you?
I don't think. Do either of them know that?
Aboard station, there are 7, including the one you brought with you.
Dendango, can Price say something really quickly?
If it's quick, yes.
Despite normal Starfleet procedure, for some reason we are not being detected, Commander.
Appears so. I will consider your citizenship within the Federation if you can do a goodwill gesture for us. Help us rescue the Salfo crew. And
it took an admiral last time to grant that. I doubt you have that kind of clout.
I have the Admiral's ear. I'm sure I can convince him.
Anyways, it's irrelevant. We need to secure the rest of the Allens, and that lines up with your goal. So we can work together unless you continue to demand loyalty from us.
All I ask is your trust, and my trust will go the other way. Have faith in me, and I shall put my faith into you.
In order to get us moving along, I will tell you that we will place a degree of trust in you that, based on your haste to engage in violence and your inability to control your juniors, seems unwarranted, but we will nonetheless grant it to you at this time in an effort to save the rest of the Allens.
Dendango, man, I'm only looking out for your best interest, man.
Can you tell me what they were arguing with you about?
I don't know. GM, do I know?
Say again?
Do I know what they were arguing about in the hall?
The Al Nomad was leaving his post, and the Starfleet intelligence guy was trying to, not intelligence, the Section 31 guy was trying to convince Alan to stop him, and the other Alan was, why? should I? I haven't been authorized to attack security, and he's security. And now I was just standing there waiting for them to stop arguing, so he didn't have debating whether or not to shoot them or not.
The different groups on the station seem to have low cohesion. They're arguing about who can man a post and who cannot.
Interesting. Rex and you two hounds, why don't you go check up ahead and see if the coast is clear? We're making our way towards South Oku. Price, a word?
Oh yeah, yes, Commander, but we shouldn't be standing here just arguing with ourselves for sure.
It will only take a moment.
I'm already out the door, or taking point.
Quick question, Alan. Where's the other guy going?
He's going to hit his comm badge and ask Garrix to beam him a bag of 7. I want him to beam me a bag of 7 little, what do you call them? The things communicators.
Comm badges.
Comm badges, because I intend to start beaming them off as soon as we encounter them. But I don't really have the means to do that thing.
Is that Mr. Allen, or is that the other Allen?
The one with the comm badge, because the other one has a badge for the station. Victoria, you're being contacted by the away team.
This is a Victoria?
I need Garrix to send me 7 comm badges to get. We're going to encounter the Allens individually, so we won't be able to do a mass beam out.
She looks at Garrix. Get on it. If you would, Lieutenant Commander.
Aye, Captain.
I'll pass Mr. Allen.
Stand by, Mr. Allen. We'll have those to you momentarily.
I'll pass Mr. Allen my comm badge in the meantime. Commander?
Well, no, because he's going to say to you, you're going to be left behind if you do that. How are they going to find you?
Understood. Commander.
Price, the next time you take a kill shot, I'll see to you spend the rest of this voyage in the brig. Is that understood?
I'm conflicted because I didn't make Price, so anybody want to give me something to roll here?
Something to roll?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a lifelong security officer, so he's going to be inclined to listen to someone he knows who's telling him what to do.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he was handpicked by Zora.
He was also in enemy territory. If she handpicked him, she knew what he was going to do.
So is he going to disobey a direct order?
Well, that's why I'm asking, is there a rule? Can I have a role for this?
I don't think there is a role for that. I think that's...
Hold on. You can role play it out. You are right. But if you want to roll, I can ask Zora for a command presence roll, difficulty 1.
Can I oppose that roll?
I will have to say no.
Okay, fair enough.
If you were a main character, yes. But being a supporting character, I would be disinclined to that. Because if she doesn't make the 1, then he's going to just resist it.
Yeah.
T-Dynamics.
Good enough.
Go ahead. That's a good focus.
Okay, with that roll, I will show her. I'm shifting from kill to stun.
The little
But
red
it's-
bar goes. Go ahead.
It's a reluctant sort of by your command.
Like he really wants to keep it on kill, but you are ordering me, and I kind of want to still be
Yeah.
here.
I'm in enemy territory. I don't have a chance to stop people from attacking me. So it's sort of a, yeah, okay, if you insist.
I would like to take prisoner as much as possible.
Hmm.
And she
To
walks off.
That's going to require another roll.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
I mean, for me it is, but...
GM Fiat? No, it is not, please. She made one roll to maintain command of the character. It is
Clear enough.
incredibly unlikely that a low-ranking character would openly disobey a main character. If it was another main, then yeah, it would be 100%. You could force every single roll.
Clear enough.
Now I'm gonna clear up this guy here. Is he being beamed back to the Victoria right now? Because you're gonna get the comp badges. I'm not gonna make you guys roll.
Okay, yeah, then he's gonna give him one and tap it and say Victoria 1 to.
Okay.
All right, I will get that package ready to go as soon as I can.
Yeah. I will have Garrix there in the transporter room, but I will have both security and why not? I would like to meet another Mr. Allen unit, so she will be there too.
Okay, so you
Just
guys
in
are
case things go sideways.
you guys are beaming up that Allen though. I just want to make sure, so I'm
Yes.
not forcing the beam.
Yes, he is. Yes, I do not intend to keep any of them with us longer than this.
Marsh, I'm gonna ask you for a insight security roll, difficulty 2. I'll actually make it 3. I'll spend some extra right here because I have quite a bit.
Is Marsh one of the lower characters, or is that Zor's last name?
That's one of the lower characters.
Oh, okay.
Jolson, are you still with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah. It's a insight security roll for your March character.
All right.
Difficulty 3. Sorry. Oops. Would you have wanted to spend threat knowing the difficulty was 3?
Yes, I would have wanted to spend threat.
I will let you do that because that was on me. I just realized you probably didn't hear me.
Okay. A little better.
You hold the point. You don't detect anything as the rest of the away team catches up to you eventually.
How does it look, specialist?
So quiet, which is concerning, and considering we just fire phasers down here.
She's gonna check the tricorder for the remote entry and see if any alarms were raised.
It seems to be that the internal sensors are thick for some reason. Unscheduled.
So you cut out there.
The sensors are on a level 1 diagnostic, unscheduled.
Is there a console nearby?
There is, yes.
Can I access it and try to check for silent alarms, or I want to get into the system and see if this is a true all quiet.
Give me a reason science difficulty 2, because you have someone else who's kind of pierced it, so you kind of have a idea what your the system's already kind of pierced.
Computers?
Yes.
And I guess I'm still trying to save the other Alan, so it's still complication 2.
Correct.
So add 1 for positronic, and it's 3.
So you gain more momentum by my count?
Yep.
It is not a silent alarm. It genuinely seems to be someone activated. Someone is performing a level 1 diagnostic on the internal sensor system.
Can I get a information spend and look at patrol patterns?
With the sensors down, no.
Okay.
Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Let's
Can I-
proceed towards the center.
Can I get well, I was gonna see if I could use this momentum to gain some bit of knowledge we didn't already have. Maybe the schematics of the cannon, or
Is there any possibility not to take away from you, Mr. Allen? Is there any possibility I could move forward and cover the area that my companion is not covering?
Yep, you can do that.
can I use it to look at logs of the station?
You can either you can get the cannon schematic if you want. You can get some logs of the station, but
Can I try to get the logs then? Because the cannon doesn't really interest Al that much.
okay. You do have the logs. Well, you have some of the logs anyway. One's relating to the sensor security procedures.
Okay, because I was thinking I was getting general personal logs, but you're talking about this is just for that.
Yeah, because it's connected to the initial thing you were looking. The initial thing you were.
I'll just accept that.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I don't find anything useful.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for in the logs? Because there's a lot. So I'm not listing them off at you.
I mean, he's anything. So the role was to try to find out if this was a secret alarm, and so since he's looking at those logs, I think he would want to know anything he could that would help avoid detection, like if they took the sensors offline because it wasn't detecting this area real well, or if they plan to come back online in 5 minutes, things like that would help.
Since a level 1 diagnostic, according to the logs, is unusual. There's usually an alarm to tell all security to be at alert, basically calling general quarters. Like a yellow alert effective when they're about to pull down the sensors, and there'd be a lot more personnel, but they didn't do that alarm. So this is against station protocol for them to do this. How long will they bring it on? Because this is against protocol, that is uncertain.
Okay, and was this only internal, or was this all station sensors?
Internal sensors only.
Okay. So I'll turn around to the commander and say, they'll have to spot us by with visual cue or tricorders. Internal sensors are down for an indeterminate amount of time.
Dang on, man. They had a chance to detect us with that last shot. I'm not so sure that they won't detect us with a dang on next shot.
As I said, their sensors are down, so that is unlikely.
Well, that might be good news for us. Let's see if we can get the Southfield crew. Mr. Allen, have an idea. If we can rescue both the Allens and the Sappho crew, how do you feel about overloading the cannon? And potentially using the station's tractor beams, they have it, to lock the enemy ship, their, I guess, cruiser down?
Before Alan answers that, I would like to know how long I feel like it would be until I could attempt the second half of that roll.
You can attempt it now if you want.
Okay, let me attempt that before I answer that question, because it will change how I answer that. So that was reason command.
That's correct.
Unknown difficulty to me for the moment. So the complication range does not affect this roll particularly, right?
Correct.
And cybernet. Yeah. I will buy. Do we have any momentum?
1 momentum.
I'll spend that and another couple to get up to 4. And I'll use normal milestone as I want to use it as a determination, and I'm thinking, what did we do last episode that I would have gotten the determination for?
Last episode was the affairs in order, speaking with the admiral, Nerinja Station, the briefing afterward.
That was 2 ago. Last one was the setup and the law stuff. On the
That's right, because it was you flying off to get here and then splitting away. So yeah, you had that was the preparatory stage. You're right.
I don't remember what I would have gotten it for. So do you know if I can use that determination right now on a value?
Which value?
I want to use it on I pre-calculate all possibilities so that I'm starting to answer their questions with things I've already thought of. Like they're asking me questions and I have the answers all to go.
Like you've already seen you're seeing the future.
We need to move.
What was that, GM?
Yeah, it's the future casting thing you did earlier.
Okay. So I can re-roll the 2 zeros or the
I'll give you that, yep.
Okay. Ooh, that's 4.
Then Dangle, man, I'd like to point out again, we need to move.
Stand by, please. I'm resolving a test at the moment. Because this particular roll is happening in the blink of an eye. Like it's a calculation he's doing as he's talking with you guys and moving around.
I mean, out of character, I know that. In character, I'm just being a security officer.
Yeah. 1 and 2. I don't think I have 3. Checking my dice again. Nope, because it's based off of that. I only got 2. Actually, I only got 1 because you got a magnitude earlier.
Okay, so that's... Let me roll the 3 challenge. Okay, so I'll just... do they have piercing, or did that piercing come back? Or was it completely gone? Because I did not have to fight the piercing last time for some reason.
Yeah, because it was a complication on their end.
Oh, okay.
You can give me 2 threat and have it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because that would be the only way for me to complete the work. Because then that would take down the resistance, and I'd spend the remaining 2 on work, and that'd get me to 5, which would put me at 10. And completing the work, it ends the task, if I remember.
I believe you are correct. Stand by.
We have the most experienced person in the fleet on tasks available.
It's me, isn't it?
Yeah, you got a lot of work to do to beat out Prax on tasks. Prax even comes up with funny sayings for you, so you got a lot of work.
He uses a lot of song lyrics.
But yes,
And quotes.
as you do that, and you suddenly get a connection with all the Allens aboard the station. But...
Are they?
Go ahead.
So, are they on my side, or was this just to get a connection to make my arguments?
They're on your side now.
Okay, then we're going to decide to covertly move to each other. And when you determine what that means, I'll tell the.
Scene changes at that point. You're at 0 momentum at the moment, so all's well.
Now we done it.
Okay.
It was probably my.
Nope. Let's see. Because I assume we were out about here.
You're actually you're probably like here or so. And this guy kind of flittered off somewhere. Whoops! No, go away. Well, that's way too loud. Let me adjust that. Way too loud.
A little, yeah.
Captain, one less ship we have to deal with.
Right.
If we have to deal with them.
I'm fairly sure that red alert means that we were detected. Meaning this is about to get really fun, gentlemen.
Take us out cold running?
Yep. Drop cold running. Ensign Wash, or Lieutenant Wash, evasive maneuvers.
Aye, Captain.
Hold on. This is the unfortunate part about being in cold running. You are in combat as the state. When you scan the Sappho, the modulation of the scan just a little too strong, and it pings them, and they're able to detect.
Go ahead, finish.
At that point, that's when the Sappho raised the alarm, and all the ships started closing in on your position.
I was just about to ask, can I get, as soon as red alert goes out, can I get a chance to send first aid teams to the key sections of the ship?
That has already happened, yes.
You already did that.
I got it. Okay.
No, yeah. But yeah.
Stand by. The action, now their action was, they basically acted first, and they acted, and I'll say this is what's going to be unusual. They all acted at the same time, as if they were linked or in unison. The turn goes back to you. One of you can do an action. To deactivate cold running is a minor action.
Okay. So minor action, deactivate, and then have Lieutenant Wash evasive maneuvers.
So you're directing. So you're going to minor action and then direct him, because I don't think you've directed yet.
Nope. And yes, I will.
Okay. Give me a evasive. I believe I'm going to give you a control command roll to assist with Alan's evasive maneuvers.
Yes, Washburn. Yep. And no, never mind. I was gonna say, I don't think advisor comes into this. It may.
It does because you're assisting with command. It basically lets you re-roll the die.
Yeah. So you have 2 rerolls if you use Bold Con, Jamie.
Jamie, you have evasive action is going to eat up 1 power. It's difficulty 1. It's a daring con roll, assisted by ship's structure con.
Home operations and focus is always.
Okay.
And then is the complication range normal right now at 1?
Your mic's up.
Sorry,
We
fixed
can
it.
hear you, but it's very light.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just realized that. I apologize. Complication is at a 1 now for the moment. It's back.
Correct.
To me. Okay, set that. And then, yeah, I will. Let's see how many momentum and how many threat do we have?
28 threat, 0 momentum.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's only a difficulty 1.
Right. So, I'll just spend for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just spend 3 threat, 1 for the reroll, and 1 just to get us some momentum. So 4 dice. Yeah.
Well, there's my assist.
And nothing to reroll. Excellent.
Gain 4 momentum.
And you have glancing impact, right?
Yeah. Let me go. That's true. I have.
We
2
get
for-
+2 resistance.
Yes, because I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one's for if we glance for any reason, and then you're right, the precise evasion. If I
Oh,
succeed at
well,
an
yeah.
evasive attack task, you may spend 2 momentum. If you do, the ship does not suffer the increased difficulty for attacks normally caused by evasive action.
Then we will do that. And also, because you have glancing impact, the resistance of the Victoria goes up by 2.
Does anyone on the Victoria have quick to action?
Nope.
Oh,
I don't.
nope.
I'm just a red shirt.
Do you wish to spend 2 momentum to hold on to the initiative, or are you going to give it back to them?
Considering we
wanting
don't
to
have
run or
shields up,
fire?
it might be worthwhile.
No, we
Yeah.
have shields up.
Does Nadal
Yeah,
have
when we
quick
went to
action?
red alert. Yeah.
Okay,
Does
fine.
someone on the
I
bridge have
mean,
quick
I'm okay with us talking off to 2 momentum to take quick to action and bug the hell out of here.
Do we want to
we're
bug
not
out
going
or
anywhere. Let's see. I guess I will. Yeah, we'll spend it, and I will have Garrix get us power back.
Okay. So that's gonna be. Sorry, go ahead.
2 momentum gone. Garrix, go ahead.
Okay, so my order was to get power back.
Yep.
Okay.
That is a daring or control roll, difficulty 2, assisted by. Daring or control, difficulty 2. I can't speak English, I swear, guys. Daring plus engineering or control plus engineering, difficulty 2. No assist from the ship. God. I don't know why that was so hard to say.
Oh, well, I buggered that.
On the plus side, nothing bad happens.
Okay.
The turn goes back to them.
Yeah. Oh, we're at resistance 6. That's not bad. Okay.
We're at 6 power, by the way, if I counted right.
Mm-hmm.
The Al Nomad ships. Some of the fighters start flying straight at the Victoria, and then they are peeling away, and they move into an escort formation around you. Two of the fighters turn around and come about on the Sappho, with two of the carriers bearing down on it. Two more carriers approach the station and open fire. The station decides to shoot something, because what the hell?
Oh, we just... Okay, I like what
And
we
the
did
station
there.
doesn't shoot any of you. Well, it doesn't shoot you, but it's going to shoot one of these guys. 2, 3.
Yay, Allens. We love you.
Oh no, this is because the Alnomad think we're part of Section 31 and that they're turning on them.
Oh, that makes more sense, doesn't it?
One of the fighters gets blown away by the subspace cannon.
Oh, really?
Oh, holy crap.
Well, that's a change of pace.
And the rest of the station's weapons start firing randomly into the surrounding area. It seems to be just clouding up the space, effectively making all all tests in space at an increased difficulty, just because everyone's more concerned. There's that extra beat of at any moment we might get hit by random fire.
Yep.
Now, as part of this combat, I'm going to shift over to the away team that is aboard the station. You hear alarms, you hear red alert, but you don't hear anyone approaching your position. The Allens aboard are aware that the station is under attack.
Mr. Allen,
Who of
do you
the-
know who's attacking us? Oh, who's attacking the station?
Oops, I didn't put a token down. Oops. Alan, are you still with us?
Yeah, I was stepped away for a second. What did you need?
Okay. Say again, Zora.
Mr. Allen, do your companions know who could be attacking the station?
I'll think about that and see if I know the answer.
Al Nomad. And the Victoria.
We are with the Al Nomads.
Interesting course of events. Let's see if we can get the Sappho crew and everyone else out of here.
Did the Alan that went back to the ship? Did he ever interact with? Is he anywhere near the captain, or was he just stuck in the transporter room?
Well, I think if when he cut away, we were going down to the transporter room to meet that Alan.
Yes. In effect, when the ship has an action again, that Alan can act.
He only wants to ask a question, so I don't know that I would want to waste their action on that.
Yeah. Away team, you're kind of your own little starship of a sense. You're a ground team, to put it that way. So one of you can do a roll for the group of you to advance yourself deeper into the station. Who is going to act?
Yeah.
What is the role?
I guess.
It would be. It depends. If you're trying to sneak in and try not to get seen, to control security. If you're just trying to rush as fast as you can and try to blitz them, it's a daring security. If it's just sheer speed, not even keeping any sense of cover or anything like that, it's fitness security. If you're just trying to get there at a certain time.
I'll try to assist if I can.
I will allow the assist.
I think we probably want to be sneaky because at this point, I don't. At this point, I don't think anyone knows that we have control of all of the Allens on the station. In fact, I don't know that I've had a chance to tell the commander that we do. So we probably want to continue to not be seen until we can link up with them.
I was going to do control security anyway. I was just wondering who has the highest control security. I'm only a 14.
I have a 16.
Then you
Yeah,
take
I have
point.
one. Okay. I do not have anything that would apply as far as focus. Unless for some reason temporal mechanics is in.
No.
I have a focus of infiltration, so I could use that.
Could I, if she gives the assist, could I help use her focus?
Unfortunately, no. Well,
Okay.
she would get the focus for her assist die. But
Okay. Then I'll roll. Did I know the difficulty?
I just assumed that I was a. So I already rolled.
that's fair. It'll count if they get at least one success on their end. It will be opposed.
Oh, so we don't know.
Correct.
Well, then I will just add another bucket to our flood of threat. I want to make sure the GM's in a position to give us a couple of board cubes if he feels it's necessary. So I'll buy up to 4 dice. Oh, is the complication gone away yet, or is it still there?
It has gone away, yes.
Okay. And security, I'll make my re-roll.
Jolson, you are free to assist as if you like as well, because you're all kind of as a group trying by station security.
Yeah, totally.
We don't have to. I'm not going to force you.
Control security?
Yes, sir.
He just wants to make sure you get a complication, or he gets the chance for you to make a complication.
Ooh,
Well-
I'm starting to get this game because I thought the same thing. Ooh.
One. I'm getting. I want dice.
Uh-oh.
I was trying to make sure you got as many as you wanted. But you're going to have to buy a lot to get to an 8. Oh.
I don't benefit from sensors because someone shut them off on me. Oh,
No, and I think someone left a map of the patrol routes laying around.
I'll lose threat. There. The away team has advanced to the central module. They aren't where the hostages are yet, but they're at least in the central module without being further slowed down. Jeez. Turn goes to Victoria.
All right. Oh wait, I've already gone, but shit.
Mr. Allen, sorry. Wash has gone, Garrix has gone, and the captain is gone. You have Hack left, and you have the Allen aboard.
Okay. Well, it would be the Allen, but she would tell him to avoid the Al Nomad ships.
The Allen to you is going. He's going to seem in every mannerism like the other Allen that you've met. So, if you want him to, he'll take tactical.
Well, tactical officer right now, so just disable the cannon.
Minor action to move to the bridge.
Yeah, and he'll remind you that what range are we at right now? Medium?
Yep.
Yeah, he'll remind you at this point the cannon has no ability to hit us. But he'll confirm your order, reminding you of that fact.
I am well aware of that, Mr. Allen. However,
Then
it can
he's
affect most of the sector.
Okay, he's not gonna press you on it. GM, that's a what? Control security.
Control
No, hold on.
security. Oh,
Belay that. Belay that. Sorry. How far can we disable the Sappho from here? Can we hit the Sappho from here?
they're at long, possible.
But
We
also,
kind
if
of
they're
have cover.
if they're using normal ship rules, where it's going to take us a couple of rounds to disable them because we'd have to hit their engines. So I don't think the Allen is going to tell you he does not think he has the ability to in one salvo disable this Sappho, but he might be able to temporarily dismantle or disable the cannon itself with one salvo.
No, just aim for the station in general. Not, yeah. Don't target anything. I have reasoning.
He's going to target. He's not going to tell you, but he's going to target the cannon. For a very specific reason that he doesn't want to kill his friends. He doesn't know why you'd order that, but he's still going to try to hit the ship in the cannon, the station cannon. So is that a difficulty 3, GM?
I believe that you can do an area attack as a function of versatile. So you'll need effects if you want to hit more than one target. So what is your primary target?
No, I'm not going to try to hit multiple targets. I'm going to try to hit the ship's system that is the cannon.
Oh, okay. That is a control security. I believe you're at optimum range. So the difficulty is normally 2 plus 1 because you're targeting a specific system. So difficulty 3. You would normally have a difficulty increase because of evasive, but you have a pilot who knows how to evasive without penalty.
Okay, I do not have the sheets for the reduced ability Allens, so I do not know what their focus is and stuff.
They currently have your stats now that they're linked.
Oh.
If they were on their own, they lack the processing power to use themselves to their full ability. But complication is increased by 1 because it's not you. It's not the proper one.
So he'll use ship weapon systems. And do we have any momentum?
0 momentum.
Okay, then 4 dice and a focus, and it was control security.
Control security, yep.
Okay. So you should have gotten 5 threat. No, 3 threat. And did it roll?
We don't know yet.
It's making its way past Alabama now.
Nope, there it goes. Past Houston. I don't know why it's going the wrong way to get to you, but, you know.
Well, it's going through the center of the earth, so.
Oh. Try clicking
Twice.
it again?
Twice.
Okay, there we go. Oh, Lord.
I'll take the first one.
There's nothing we can do about it, so whatever you want to do with that complication or take the threat.
Don't you have bold security?
I do. We will re-roll that.
You
This is
reroll
why
the
we
complication.
Yes. This is why we have Captain. Okay. There you go, GM. And ship's weapons security.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. Weapon security ship.
No, my browser is freaked out. Can someone else do that?
I can pick it up.
Did we just lose somebody?
Oh,
No.
Yeah, your browser kicked out. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Weapon security, just 1 dice.
That's correct.
Firing.
You're not allowed to roll anymore, Jolson.
Hey.
I'm trying to help.
Did he get a complication?
No.
no.
No, but he didn't help either.
Well,
3
I pretty
momentum
much
gained.
This is what happens when, Jolson's not here with his Cochrane and communications. I could just jam all their communications and just play yakety sax over the comms.
I'm
Jolson,
gonna
if
double
you-
check.
Jolson, if you
I was-
could you roll damage for the phaser?
And
I
too
was
late.
gonna-
That's already been done.
Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna give you another chance on that one, GM. I rolled 4 successes on a difficulty 3 task, and you gave us 3 momentum. If you don't see a problem with that, we'll keep it.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
It's 1 to fire
1,
the weapons.
Garrix. It's a very good thing to keep track of, Garrix. Kind of important. Did someone fire phaser damage?
No, nobody's rolled damage yet.
Alright, how many dice is that?
It's on the sheet.
There it is.
Oh, there it goes.
And we have 1 momentum, so probably. Oh, we got 2 from Versatile.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Reroll that 0.
No.
No, because
Piercing.
yeah, you probably want to do piercing twice.
Yep.
And maybe dump the 1 momentum we gained from the roll into. Well, we'll probably just keep that. I think we just dumped the 2 versatile into piercing, unless anyone thinks something.
No, that sounds alright to me.
I can dig it.
It's not gonna do much, but we
How
did
much?
fire at the cannon.
No, because
How much
Oh,
piercing
we're
is that?
4.
it would be 4.
4?
So we're at 8 before you take away any remaining resistance.
The shields, the shields of the station take most of the hit. They lose very little shield strength.
But did we do over 5 so that we
No.
would do a?
They have very high resistance.
Oh, they have well over.
It's a space
Oh, wow.
station.
Because that would be 4 plus 3. That'd mean they at least have a 7.
It's probably
Or
bigger than
8.
that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably scale, what, 7 at least? 8?
Up.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Yeah, try 10, 11, or 12.
You say family lives here. Oh man.
Oh, then you're gonna get the old wharf. No effect, Captain.
Well, let's hope the Nomad have better luck. And yep. There go.
The Sappho gets into a firefight with the ships around it. One of the Nomad fighters gets blown away.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, he died doing what he loved.
That's fair.
The cannon looks like it starts shrinking down. Like it looks like it's not being as long as it normally is. And then it seems to get stuck.
As in, it just misfired?
Yeah, it's a misfire. It just doesn't do anything. Away team.
I will tell Commander Zora real quick. The other Allens are trying to make their way to us.
Very well. Let's do. We'll do a quick scan with the tricorder in the area. See who's here.
If you scan, that will eat the away team action.
We don't
How
have
close
time
are we
to
to? Well, are we at the? I thought we were at the door, right?
Yeah, you're close enough that one more act. Is it we'll get you. Well, a minor action will get you in there. Sorry.
Will get us in where?
Into where the re-education center is.
Oh, do I know how far away the other Allens are in general?
At least 3 of them can join you. Will join you next turn. 3 more won't be here until not next turn, but the turn after.
Okay. Commander, the other Allens are converging on our position and can start setting up a perimeter.
Very good.
We should move to your people.
Let's see what's before us. We move in.
Hey everyone, I gotta go. I gotta be up real early in the mornings. Like,
We'll see you next time.
DM me if there's like anything important.
Will do. All right, so you're going to scan as your action, as the away team action.
No, we're gonna go inside.
Okay, minor action. You step in. Inside there are Al Nomad security fighting hand to hand with the Section 31 officers. There are some milling around. There is, unfortunately, a full team of 5 just not attacking anything, kind of standing in the center, holding it, and they see you guys open.
The Al Nomad or the Section 31?
Section 31.
Okay. You said they opened fire on us?
No, they just kind of turned and see you. Like, it's you open the door and they're right there.
I'm gonna wait
I'm
to
gonna
see
make-
what the code is.
This is Commander Zora. Stand down and lower your weapons.
You can give me a command presence roll, complication of 3. It's going to be opposed.
This might be time to burn a valve. Or use a milestone.
New character.
Well, you've played for 1 episode, so I thought you may have, unless you've used it already.
I used it.
Well, time to burn a value.
Now,
I
would it be
can
the
tell
time
you-
to do
So
it?
I'm gonna burn the value most comfortable in a crowd to gain a point of determination, because this is not making her real comfortable. Is that okay?
Approved.
Yes? No?
That's approved. Yep.
And then spinning it towards the value of violence is a state of failure.
Very good. Yep.
And take 5 threat.
I will take the 5 threat and spend it immediately.
No focus. Awesome.
Oh,
Oh my.
oh, come on.
Take those complications as threat.
Okay, sure.
But that's 4 successes.
You could always burn another value to re-roll.
Wait,
Gonna spend those that you just got me.
Isn't it 6 because you spent determination?
Oh, yeah.
Or you burn the value or whatever? Yeah.
So gain 2. So just take 2, and we'll burn the other 2 momentum gain out of that to clear the complication.
Okay. How many are on the away team?
There's
4
4 of us.
4 of
Four.
us.
Spending 8.
Oh shit.
As you demand them to surrender, some nearby Al Nomad come over and just as the Section 31 are like, and they start looking like they're about to posture, so they lost focus of the fight. So the Al Nomad that were in the room just kind of turned and went and just smacked them over the back of the head.
That's convenient.
And then they as your turn ends, they point their weapons down at the down figures, like they're about to in execution style.
I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna look at the commander.
Victoria, your action.
Well, I guess it's top of the round for us because our last person left. So
No, don't you have Jolson's guy there, or is he acted?
he's acted, I believe. Yeah, didn't you?
No, I haven't acted yet. I
Oh.
kind of don't know what to do.
Get power back if you have any engineering.
This character does not have engineering.
Well, frack.
Scan
It's
for
not
weaknesses,
that-
then maybe?
It's not
I-
that high of a difficulty, but also we could do scan for weakness.
Let's
Yeah.
just scan for weaknesses.
Sure, why not?
Reason science.
Stand by. I took too much food.
Wait, is it so Prax that ability that gave us an extra damage on every effect, was that scan for weaknesses or was that something else?
Scan for weaknesses.
Oh yeah, that stuff's powerful.
It is control science, difficulty 1, assisted by ship's sensors secured.
Focus and sensor ops.
For some reason, yes.
You were gonna say something, Zora?
Go ahead.
I just need to stop rolling.
Yeah, you do.
Well, with the ship we hit it, didn't we?
Yeah. The Bolian's just kind of like panicking under the situation.
Well, I was going to say give him threat or spend momentum because it gives you extra dice for the damage roll on the next attack.
Yeah, it's for every momentum you spend, right?
Yes.
Or it's every dice you buy.
Well, yeah, every.
Well, we gain 1 momentum because it's a scan for weaknesses is normally a difficulty 1 if I'm looking at the right page of the book.
It's been increased because the
zone.
station's doing its crazy.
Oh, right. My bad. It
Can he
increases
still
by
move?
1 for each range cutter down close, so it would have been 2 anyway, so that's... Yeah, we didn't even hit it.
We're not in close, we're in medium.
Yeah, so it would have been 2 normal if it's increased by something else, then we didn't hit it. Never mind.
How many are aboard the Victoria?
Um,
Like
Characters that are controlled.
Let's see. The captain, Wash, Garrix,
And my alt science.
yeah, and Jolson's character,
And my second Alan.
and another Alan. Alpha Beta or Alan Beta.
Such a beta.
I mean, hold up that.
Well, no, it's going because she's going to start naming them like Alpha Beta, or Alan Charlie, Alan Delta.
Yeah, just hold off on that.
It's for identification purposes.
I hear a little finality.
Alan Mark II.
I think we're all about to die.
And Q appears on the bridge.
Right? Ha ha ha. This was a fun little tactical fun.
The station starts going. The cannon stops moving and adjusting, and all the weapons just start unloading like a death blossom on everything around you, including the Sappho.
No.
What about us?
They have to roll at an increased difficulty. You guys are still juking and jiving. Much to my annoyance.
Time to earn your wings, Wash.
As I'm scanning for weaknesses, can I figure out what the hell's going on with that cannon?
With one momentum, you can.
Is that worth it, Captain?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
It appears that there's a serious mechanical malfunction in the cannon. It can still fire, but it looks like whatever it was calibrating for isn't working anymore.
So it can fire but can't aim type thing?
It looks like it was changing its configuration so it could shoot at something that was a lot closer. And then for some reason that didn't work.
Okay. Captain, and looks like the cannon is stuck in some sort of midway a position, and so it's unable to fire on us.
Well, after this hit, she will hit the comm badge and tell the away team that they have less than a minute before I'm beaming them out of there.
Alan's gonna turn to you and say, I could go assist with the new transporter upgrade, and we might be able to beam many people with almost no power requirement.
Yes.
Garrix, go with him.
Aye, Captain.
Oh boy.
As the ship gets struck on all sides from the station.
Okay, that hurt. And she will calm down. You have 45 seconds from the time you get down there, Garrix and Alan.
Aye, Captain.
Do we know if we've taken a lot of damage?
You're about to.
Yeah, we're about to.
Yeah. As we're running down there, I'll turn around and grab Garrix by the uniform and say, you need to repair the ship. I'll handle the transport.
Are you sure it was? Do you have the same familiarity with it as the other Alan did?
It's me, Lieutenant.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, that's a
Why?
great
I'm sorry.
scene.
That must have been me messing up out of character. I'm sorry.
You didn't know what you don't like. You'll just have to take from that what I said. I don't think your character didn't know
5, 6,
anything
7,
about it.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage from the energy weapon. Ignore the other stuff. I grabbed the nearest sheet I had. And filled in the right
That's
stats.
So 6 with our resistance. Because we have a resistance of 6 right now.
Okay.
Ooh,
So we
that's
do
a
get
breach.
1 breach. Yeah.
good job, Wash. Wait, no, if it doesn't match our if it matches our resistance, we shouldn't get any breaches.
Well, no, it's 12 before our resistance. So we're taking 6.
I thought we were ignoring the first roll and taking the second roll.
Oh no, that's this first volley is the energy weapons. The second volley is the torpedoes.
Oh.
This station is not something you want to fight for any length of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it puts us down to 2 shields.
Breach to engines.
Yep.
Which at this point just means they're disabled. But a minor action
They're
can
impacted.
undo that.
Yeah.
Yeah, impacted. But minor action can restore function.
Yep.
And 6 from the torpedo shot.
Which
still matches
is our
our
resistance. Yeah.
Yeah. So all a bunch of torpedoes kind of fly at you, and you kind of weave your way various phaser shots and disruptor balls of light striking into the ship.
As we all say a silent thank you to Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. And I'm saying thank you to the roll.
So,
and lose
yeah,
2
we
power.
lose 2 power. Yep. We are running low.
Yeah, we're down to 3.
Yep.
Away team.
I did calm them, and if they got that message, they know how much time they have.
Rex, Jax, get all the Sappho crew together. Sir Alan, can you assist me real quick?
Yeah, then the Alan standing next to you is going to help you while the 3 that just arrived are going to start gathering Sappho.
Yep, I start gathering up the Sappho crew for beam out.
Will you assist me in helping me overload the station's weapon systems? And I'm spending my intelligence operative ability to create advantages that I know the security codes.
I will give you that. I will mention though, do you make any action to stop the Alnomad from executing the intelligence the section 31?
There's not enough time.
6 guys just get shot. And they vaporize him. And they kind of squirm and then go still when they're hit with either of the rifles.
Yeah,
And they
what
look
kind
at
of
you,
roll
and
are we looking at?
they look at you,
Sorry.
Zora, and say, "We are allies. We have first claim on the orc."
Did he say organs?
Yes, sir.
Have at him.
Alan is not going to say a thing. He's just going to look at the commander like he expects the commander to say something.
Sorry, say it again. First organs?
First claim on the organs.
Is he talking about the station?
Say again.
Is he talking about the station?
They're talking about the people they just shot.
They're about to black market the livers.
Yeah, and we have 45 seconds before our beam out, so we don't have time to argue this, Commander.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue this, so it's fruitless at this point. And for all she cares, the Section 31 operatives wrote their own death sentence.
What is the action the away team is taking? Well, the
Going
primary
to
action, I
overload
should say.
Yeah,
The
going to
primary
overload the weapon systems.
Well, the primary
Yeah,
action
that's
should be to get the Sappho crew together. don't know.
I would do the weapon systems first.
Well, you gave us
No,
45
let's-
seconds.
That's
I
fair.
don't know if we'll get another action.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be the
So,
Victorious? Because they're the one that's doing the beam out. Like, the prime action is just to get them together, which I ordered Jax and Rex to do that. And then 3 of the Allens were going to help out.
Yeah, so technically you just turn that into a minor action.
what does the GM think on that?
I'm willing to let you order them to start gathering people, and then basically use up one of your miners' actions to work on the weapon overload, but the difficulty is going to be increased by 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'll help you then.
Difficulty will
What
be
kind
at
of
4.
roll?
It would be a control security roll. -1 because you have the access code, so 3.
I have a 16 again. And since I have a focus in... Would a focus in computers or ship's weapon systems apply here?
Ship's weapon systems, yep.
Okay, so I have 16 in a focus.
You do the roll, I'll assist. That way you get my advantage.
What's the difficulty?
Sitting at 3 currently.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend threat because I don't want to burn. We'll make it. I'm gonna do this to generate some momentum, so I'll roll 5 dice.
So that's 6 for me, I believe.
Yep.
Can I persuade you to let me use Command Daring? Because I'm ordering, guiding him, and kind of in.
I'll give it to you at increased complication.
So that would be a complication of 3 at this point.
Never mind.
And we've already met it by and passed it by 3.
So withdrawing the assist. Oh no, you're just doing the regular assist. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Real quick, let me re-roll that 0 because I have bold security.
Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus away 3, so 4 momentum. If you want, normally it would take time for the system to kind of have that wind up and then overload. But if you spend I'll actually make this, and I'll be nice, 2 momentum, and it will just pop immediately. But I warn you, I will roll challenge.
Is this gonna blow up the station though?
That was the warning part. I'm gonna. If you do that, the station's gonna start blowing up. I'm gonna roll a d6. If I get a 6, one of you's getting hurt in the overload.
Can I instead of doing all that, can I make an advantage that the actual like the phasers start like disconnecting from their power and the torpedoes like stop feeding and things like that? Like the weapons actually start unarming themselves rather than explode.
I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay.
I would like to break things.
Can we do it in a way that's a kind of a controlled overload that gives us time to beam out?
If you spend nothing, that's what's going to happen. That was the original. It's overload, so they just fry. But if you do it immediately, it doesn't. It basically means they get one more turn to do their Death Blossom.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna spend the momentum. We'll spend the advantage because I'm just saying right now, it goes against Zora's character to endanger the Victoria.
Alan has arguments on either side, so he's gonna do whatever you think is best. He's got things to lose if we do either option, so he's just gonna follow you.
And here we go. We need. Oh, it's a roll. It's a d6. Whoops. So I'm not using challenge dice because that'd be 5 or 6. I opened my big mouth.
There's only 4 of us.
Wait, what did you do?
Can we just say it was
It's just
Price
an
and get it
injury.
over with?
I mean,
Roll a d4.
Oh, no. I'm doing something else. Hold on.
he's doing nefarious GM. Oh, Lord. That's gonna haunt you.
Everything, the whole world just seems to explode around you, and Sappho crew members are flung all over the place. Some smack into each other. Some El Nomad are run into and accidentally fire their weapon when they're knocked over. And to a man and woman, sorry, the Sappho crew are all injured.
We kind of expected that, but
Then the Allens are gonna start grabbing people and trying to beam.
Meanwhile, on the Victoria,
Victoria, immediate beam out.
Right?
Mr. Allen?
Well, we better just let the GM say what.
oh, it is the Victoria's action.
Oh,
You-
have I made it to the transporters?
It's a minor action to get anywhere on the ship.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll start. I'll get there and start
Are you going to try to transport 6, or are you going to try to do a mass beam out of the many people of the Sappho crew?
So I'm going to use the special transporter that does not overheat
Fair enough.
and does not use power to try to do mass beam out.
Spend if actually I'll give you 2 options. So I need to look up beaming output again. That was just bad luck. 6 and a 6 back to back. I was like, yeah, that won't happen twice.
Let me look
Shows
up.
what I know. It's not how probability works.
I mean, that's how it works if you don't understand how probability works.
Wow.
I mean, I
He's not
don't.
wrong.
So
You have a prototype teleportation tech has to be used at. Oh, has 1 use at no cost. Future require Alan to be present. Oh, so we don't actually. You didn't write what it did, just that it's prototype.
oh yeah, I had something in mind. I was leaving it fuzzy so it could be something crazy.
No,
I mean, you know us.
I think this is pretty crazy.
Normally, beaming at just 6 people without a pad, but you're beaming them to a pad, would be 3. You are beaming a ton of people. I'm going to raise that to 5.
Ooh.
However, I would also drain you of power like crazy for this, but for some reason, there's heat sinks around these things, so that's okay. And wouldn't add complication because of this unorthodox method, but again, the prototype's here. If you now, here's the option. I'm gonna roll another d6 here. If I get a 6, something bad happens. If you spend 2 momentum, I won't roll that d6.
I'm probably gonna let Gyrix I'm gonna let Girix go ahead and decide if his character would have ignored me and come down and try to do the transport anyways, for reasons.
Um. You know what? Oh. I'm trying to figure out a way for me to justify that in character beyond the fact that I have better stats for that, and I still have determination to spend.
What values do you have?
Let's see. I have. Well,
I had one thing to do about that, but anyway, doesn't matter.
well, the value the two values I have here that would apply are either it's not quote unquote tinkering, it's trying something new, experimental tech. Yeah, I like that. Or when in doubt, innovate, see previous.
Keep your values in mind and make your decision. You're a main character, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
It's really. Do you trust Alan at this point?
I mean, do I?
I mean,
I
does Girix?
do, but okay. Okay. Here's a question I really need to ask. I know Alan grabbed me by the uniform and said, "Girix, it's me," but he was not. Was he dressed the same way?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Then.
No.
Yeah. Okay. That's enough. I think that's enough for me to like want to be present. Firing off an experimental transporter. Yeah. I think that's enough.
He is chained to you from this day forward.
So difficulty is 5, I believe.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna spend 1 momentum.
I generated like 4.
You mean determination?
Oh right, yeah. I'm just okay. Yeah, I'm spending a determination. Gonna.
He's spending the things.
Yeah, I'm spending determination, and then 2 momentum to roll 3 dice. I have a focus in transporters, and take 3 threat on top of that.
Sure. What are you getting out of it?
Okay.
The roll.
An awesome roll.
Is it worth re-rolling that 0? I don't think it is.
Assisted by ship sensors engineering.
Do it. Do it. Okay, who's rolling? Thank you.
Okay, that's 1 more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2 more. You gain 2 momentum.
Oh, did we spend the 2 momentum to avoid you killing people? Because we should do that.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Aw.
We're trying to be the new Star Trek Wars.
Okay, so it takes us down to 0, I believe.
Yep.
Oops.
And as soon as somebody tells well, I guess they get to go, but as soon as somebody tells the captain, she's going to hit that temporal bug out button.
I have one question for you.
Yo.
The Sappho ship still has, as the station seems to be exploding all around, and energy levels are spiking, the Sappho, disabled and floating dead in the water, as it were, near the station, is still there. Do you jump away or do you do something?
Actually, yeah, we do. I'll have Wash go and move about here and tractor beam it away and let the Tenjin know it's there, and then we'll go. Like, I don't want it destroyed. Are there still people on board? I assume there are.
I mean,
Can't
probably
exactly
it
tow
was.
them back to space.
Yeah, but they're probably Section 31 because the Al Nomad we're shooting at.
It's currently disabled right now, so. But still, let's not lose the ship.
Well, and then if we call the Timjin, we could they could come over and if it is Section 31, put a lockdown on the ship.
A reminder: the captain shouldn't have any sentimental reasons to want to save it, so it would be purely.
That's true. That's true. Is the station's gone though?
The station's about to explode rather violently, and the Sappho and you are very close to it.
Yeah, she just goes, yeah, she hits the temporal bug out button. She's,
Well, as Jamie, let me ask you the question, Wayne. Can we just fly away?
We can manage about warp 3 right now.
Oh,
yeah.
he's a genius.
I mean, I'm not trying to sound funny, but why are we temporal anything? Isn't that the first rule of temporal? Just don't do it.
Except
Oh,
for the
James
fact that
did
I
save you.
literally have, like, the advantage to skirt that time thing already. That's why we're
And-
doing it.
And also, that was a subspace weapon. We all know subspace weapons were banned by the Kidmer Accords for reasons.
Yeah, I think Wash is gonna point out to you that we don't need to use the temporal drive. We can just leave it normal.
Sure.
I'm not sure a warp jump will get us out of range, especially at warp 3.
Well, don't get me wrong. If that's true, in the sense of that stuff, if the readouts, and again, this is Jamie, not Wash. Wash will do whatever the captain says. By no means. Jamie is asking in the sense of if Wash is hearing, that hey, from the readouts that there's no other options, that he wouldn't question anything in that.
Actually, how about I do readouts?
Yeah, can we do that to say like, hey,
Let me do some science and figure out can we get away at warp?
I don't think we have enough time to do that, though. That's the thing.
he's fast at the console. Let him do it.
Reason
We
science.
blow up, it's on Jolson.
Reason science. Difficulty 3 because you're trying to do it quickly. Complication 3 again because you're doing it quickly. And if you screw this up, everyone's gonna die. So no pressure.
No pressure. Focus on subspace mechanics because I'm trying to figure out if subspace is safe.
Applicable. Yep.
And no threat. No momentum. We're gonna need to throw some threat at this.
How much threat?
Now you don't want to listen to me.
Yeah, just you can give him as much as you want because he has like 0. Right?
No, let's go for 2 threat. I mean, 2 more dice.
What? Oh, right. You're right,
3
machine.
threat.
I'm supposed to give that to somebody.
This is going so well.
Captain, hit the temporal button.
Screw it. Let's get the ship.
Okay, yeah. That's the case
sensors-
where we just don't really know, so we just do it. Yeah.
Sensor science.
That's correct.
I got 3.
With the complication, though.
To answer your question, you have, if the pilot is fast and whoever's controlling the tractor beam is fast, you can get this. You can. Oh, you're asking if you can warp away. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can warp away. It's just a matter of making sure that. How much power does the ship have? Because that's something he would know from the console.
3.
Oh no.
You're kind of short on power to get away.
Okay, that's a
You
whole
need
different
at least
discussion then.
6.
So yeah, okay. Now that Jamie has finalized all those questions, then Wash just looks back and says, "Ready for temporal?" We're ready, Captain.
Bug out.
Yeah, because I did build that as an advantage, that we have the ability to jump
Oh, absolutely.
5
Yes,
light
no.
years in 5 minutes in the future.
Absolutely.
Is that something that Garrix has got to roll for?
No roll.
No, because it was an
Okay.
advantage, because I already did all the calculations.
Oops, too loud.
Because see, Captain. See, otherwise you would have been called in by the commander and asked in a meeting. Did you wait to the left? Okay.
Gentlemen, you have not only recovered the Victoria, been instrumental in saving the Victoria crew. You've also rescued the remaining Sappho in the hands of the
Nomad.
Al Nomad. The station's been destroyed, and the Victoria project has completed. A group of Allens have been liberated from control. With the initial Allen, you're able to program a lot of them to have their own thoughts without anyone having a LaForge back door into them.
Yeah.
Make them independent.
I mean, hold that thought.
Yeah, but they're not Section 31 level of. Go ahead, give us an order.
Yeah.
All operations and all files regarding the USS Victoria and the USS Sappho, including this station, are classified at the highest levels. This is not to be spoken with, but to anyone other than admirals. You may discuss it among yourselves, but that is it. The Admiral of Corbin Trailblazer, offers every member of the Victoria, every member of the Sappho crew, once they get some deprogramming and some medical attention, offers any of them to resign with distinction and honors, to remain in the 10th Research and Development Fleet to assist him in future missions, or to request transfers away from the fleet and to other vocations.
Question.
The story at this time is over. The Victoria is successful, and you have completed the two major challenges of this story, which was one, surviving long enough to even see Narendra Station, and two, destroying either the Al Nomad fleet or destroying the station. The fact that you survived amazes me, because as you saw, I had a death trap waiting for you on either end. So, because you did not want another Death Blossom or fighting an entire armada of ships full of carriers. So, congratulations. Thank you very much for playing, and we will discuss what the future game we'll be playing is, because at this point there is going to be a slight time jump as we discuss what we're going to be doing next. But that's it for the episode.
Is there any way Alan could say something to Garrix as we're walking away from the transporter?
Feel free.
I would love that button. Go ahead.
Then Alan, this is still going to be an Alan in a Section 31 uniform, is kind of going to like stand up from the transporter and kind of like dust his hands off. And he's going to look at you while like three other Allens are looking at you. And he's going to say, same time for dinner tonight?
I'd be delighted. I'll put out some extra plates.
Hey, and Garrick's got his family back, in a way.
Right? I'd have a minor scene. It's that moment where, as I'm sitting there at helm, I hand back the pad to the commander and to the captain, and smile, and then take out the dinosaurs and put them on the thing.
Aw.
But yeah.
So are we going to do like session 0 next week, or?
The Victoria continues.